live. We are watching live the game versus Paraguay versus France. My name is John. I'll be your host today. And today we'll be talking during the match while we watch the match. So this is a live watch along. You can find this on YouTube, Twitch, and of course Riverside and Discord. And wherever you can go live, we are probably live. And I'm also doing a little wink to TikTok because you guys messed up. But still, we'd love to do it on TikTok as well. I'm John, but I'm not alone today. I'm joined by Chris. Welcome back, Chris.
Mate, how you doing? You good?
Yes, it's good to have you, my friend. 2 hours of ultimate football, I think, though, as has described the France team this week. Football porn, I'd even call
It's the only porn I watch on my iPad. Let's say that to the listeners.
it. Well, the iPad's a little bit too big for your hands, though. But besides the point, if you look at Paraguay tonight, Chris, you think they have a chance?
Oh, 100%. This is a World Cup of shocks. I think, we've seen it. As I say, I'm wearing orange tonight, and I do apologise to all the orangey out there. The Dutch are away home. The Germans are away home. So, some of the big teams, England, they were struggling a little bit as well. So you never know. But the only thing I'd say, John, is I think there's a real competition developing between Messi and Mbappe. M&M, as we say. I think that's a real competition. I think that'll spur Mbappe on tonight to score many goals.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I think this France team, I said it on the daily shows we're doing now, this French team has a little bit extra. They used to play only counter football, very defensive, but this tournament, they are going all out. And Olise, Mbappe, Dembele, Barcola, the team runs amazing. It's quite beautiful to see. So I'm looking forward to the next 2 hours. Or haven't you realized it's been 2 hours? It's going to be 2 hours of streaming tonight, Chris.
These shows have been 30 minutes, John. I've booked myself in for 30 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to last. It's 10 o'clock here in the UK, so I'll still be awake. I hope so. I hope the game's that exciting for the listeners out there. And the only problem is, John, we're not quite synced up yet, are we? So
Well, we are mostly synced up. So we'll figure out how that works. Because, well, we are recording this, live streaming this, watching a live stream on the different devices. Yeah, so it's going to be hard to sync up. Also, we are expecting more of the team throughout the show. So maybe you can do a little bit of a tag out halfway through, Chris. Most likely, we will see you fall asleep on air, which could also be fun.
you never know. You never know, John. But do you know, John, that the Paraguay flag is double-sided?
I don't know. I did not.
Yep. So on one side of the flag is the national coat of arms of Paraguay, and on the reverse is the seal of the treasury with a lion and the motto "Paz Justia," peace and justice. It's the only national flag in the world that features two emblems in it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I did not know that, honestly. No.
So for our listeners there, check us out and have a look as well at the same time. You can check the flag out as long as you're not driving.
And as long as
But
you're
if
not
you're
ending this stream.
yeah, exactly. You make sure
And
you come back. So
exactly.
the game is just about to kick off for me, John. I don't know if you're in the same or the game's kicked
It
off
just
already
kicked
for.
off, mate. It just kicked off. So I'll probably be
Well,
like mere seconds ahead of you.
okay, so I will tell you when my game's kicked off, and maybe you could pause it ever so slightly, and I'll just catch up with you.
That's all
If
right.
it's because, of course, as we say, Scottish internet is slightly slower, and
Yes.
that's my
Well,
game just kicked off. So there you go.
to be fair, most things in Scotland are slightly slow.
Certainly the team, that's for sure.
That
Certainly
is
the team.
definitely true, though. Yes.
Mhm.
Beautiful
But
weather
John,
where they play in. It's not too hot, I
yeah,
think, even. So,
no, it's not too hot. But have you noticed, John, that every single time in this World Cup, that the team that's kicked off has kicked the ball out far down the pitch? Is that to put
yes,
pressure on the team?
it is to get them into one angle and gather up your team. Yes. It looks a bit silly, but I think with the way like the throw-ins are so dangerous this year already, as Arsenal have shown. And of
Mhm.
course, you got to take them a little bit faster now, but it's definitely a weapon. So basically, you toss the ball into a corner, and you got almost a free corner straight from the kickoff.
Yep.
But it
No,
does look
definitely.
very silly, eh?
Yeah, aye. It's almost like a rugby. You're trying to steal possession on you and steal territory as well.
Definitely.
And I
So,
know you're a big rugby fan now, John, after coming to Scotland and watching a few rugby games.
well, watch two. Which, to be fair, is Is a few, right? But that's all right. If you are watching this live, you can, if whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitch or anywhere else, you can just drop it a message in chat or a question. We'll be able to put it on screen even. We won't scream. Don't worry about that. We will make sure we get those questions answers as long as it is kid friendly. Just put it
Yeah,
that way.
please. I know it's late here, but remember it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so we may have young kids watching us. You know what I mean? I mean, the weather is meant to be super hot there at the moment, isn't it? Certainly, reporting that on the BBC website.
Yeah, there is a lightning danger later on, though. I think after the match again.
Yeah,
So
currently 37 degrees, it says here, and sunny, which Philadelphia time would probably be what, around 7? I don't know. It would be in Philadelphia. I think it'd be 5 o'clock, isn't it?
yeah, 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think the game will be well finished. Hopefully, it doesn't go to 9 o'clock of Philadelphia time before the thunderstorm starts. On, we will definitely be sleeping by then.
Yeah, me too, mate. Talk about sleeping. How's this World Cup been treating you? Well, France is just owning the pitch currently after 3 minutes of play.
Well, this is the thing, John. I mean, I don't know if you were watching the game yesterday. We watched the game. I'm trying to remember what game it was now. It was quite an exciting game, but there was this talk of the England game being moved. You know, having an English wife. You know, Nath being English as well, and on our in our crew. The game was going to get moved to 7 o'clock UK time because
Oh,
of the weather, but it's now been put back to 1 o'clock. Oh, sorry, it's been originally back to the original time of 1 o'clock here in the UK. So 2 o'clock for you. Is that a game you're going to stay up to watch?
no. No. So the thing is, Chris, though, I've been watching everything until week 3 or something,
Right.
which was quite good. But uh, it is in, it does take its toll when you're awake every morning until like 5 a.m. Then try to
Mhm.
get some sleep in until the kids wake up. And you got to bring them at school at 7:30, and then your day starts. You can only last apparently on 2 hours of sleep every day for about 2.5 weeks.
And that's you done, is it?
Yeah, that was me done. So I watch about like this is the latest I'll watch a match 11 something for my time. Finishes
Mhm.
at 1ish or so, probably a little bit before 1. Although many games go in extra time, of course, it's so far, and then we go from there.
And,
Meanwhile,
and
if you look at France, though, they are playing a 4-3-1 apparently again, while the Paraguay is playing a hefty 5-1-4-1 by the looks of it, Chris.
yeah, I mean, what if you were the coach of Paraguay, John? And we've watched a few bits here, and to be fair, the game's fairly even as we're watching it. What would you do? You know, we know you're a tactical genius when it comes to the old FIFA game. So, what kind of thing would you put in place?
No, this is the only way you can sort of have a chance. I'm honestly expecting. You can't apply too much pressure on France because if they get space for the counters, the thing is, I talked about this afternoon. We had a chat about who's able to win the World Cup. Forgive me if I keep saying World Championship because that's how it translates in Dutch. But I said, of course, France is good. I think Spain is definitely up there. They played the perfect football. They didn't make one single mistake, Chris. So it's a little
Mhm.
bit different style. While France does make big mistakes, but they can make up. And you see Argentina being carried by Messi, and you see England being carried by Kane. The problem is with France, they've got 4 Harry Kanes in the pitch, right? 4 Messis.
Mhm. No, I mean that's the thing. You know, if you watch the game, so I mean, if you look at it, you've got is it Coney and Rabiot.
Yeah,
You know, they are both built like Vieira. You know, extremely
I thought you
tall.
were going to say build like me.
Well, you Dutch guys are extremely tall as well. Let's be honest about it. And actually, I mean, and you're going to get everything coming out in this stream here, guys. You're going to be with us for 2 hours, so get locked in for this. I'm going to ask John a very quick question. It's nothing to do with football. Watched a show. I don't know if you've ever watched Clarkson's Farm, John, on Prime, and we've just realised, Lara and I, there is a floating dairy farm in Rotterdam.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously,
We make everything float,
so
mate.
You know, guys, you have to check this out. It's a floating dairy farm where the cows walk across a bridge. They're floating sort of dairy and they get milked automatically. And they're allowed to then walk back in this field next to a river. And it's an amazing, amazing structure, John. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, of course. I live there. Not in the farm itself, obviously, but yeah, no. I mean, we are full of wonders. We should host the next event in the Netherlands, I think.
Yeah. No, we're going to come visit. I have to go to that. Lara's desperate to come see you guys and to go and see this dairy farm.
Yeah, we should. Meanwhile, though, Paraguay is going hard against the French attackers. I think we saw
Oh,
Olise getting a big hit there. Um, yeah, that seemed very painful, but apparently nothing happened. Yeah. I
still
think
down, John.
sorry though.
He's getting back up.
Yeah, he's getting back up. He should be. He will survive though, and I'm not doubting that. But you see, the only way you can, I think, face these attackers is get your body in there, right? Make sure they start to feel you a little bit. As we saw Egypt do yesterday with the Australian players, by the way.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, you know, and guys, you need to check out Shaq's solo show because I'm sure he was disappointed about, you know, the Australians, but they looked like the team that was going to win, didn't they, at the end of that game? There was only one team really in it, and that was Australia.
Yeah, second half though. I think first half, I think they started off well, but to be fair, I think the others owned it. Egypt owned that match. Second half, they kept trooping back, and they fought hard. They were a little bit. I think they were a little bit impressed by the fact the Egyptian players were playing so rough, and that
Mhm.
referee made. I think if you have a rough match, that you can do right, but at least make sure you give a yellow card somewhere to draw a line because he gave his first yellow card, I think, in the 114th minute in a match that was full of falls. So yeah, and injuries because yeah, a little bit too much though. But I think what we see now at the Paraguay France matches, we're now about 8 minutes in, is what we can expect the full match. Paraguay two manning all of their attackers,
Yeah.
and meanwhile not like France just owning possession. Currently, we're at 79% possession. So yeah.
I mean, I suppose, John, is, you know, when you look at it, the onus is on France to score early, isn't it? They're the one, they've got to break this team, this low block down, you know. And I know you don't like crosses, John, but is this a case of getting to the byline and putting it back in across the box, really?
With the speed these guys have, I think crosses aren't the biggest weapon. And I don't like crosses at all. I'm gonna be honest there because crosses leave you open for counter attack, and the chance you score a cross is usually very low. But this tournament, many crosses actually have been scored, um, and you see that being a little bit of an opportunist and getting the ball into the box can actually pay off very well. So I might have to revise my opinion there. Of course, I watch a lot of football, Chris, but it's not always on the level of teams like France, right? So maybe a cross can be a good weapon if you have these players on.
Mhm.
Uh, but it looks like this is going to be a skirmish for the rest of the of the match. Do
Yeah,
you
I can
have
see.
you already thought about what you're going to do as halftime entertainment? Though, did you prepare some jokes?
Yeah, I've got jokes. I wasn't sure if they were there. Yeah, I've got dad jokes, of course, John. That's what people have come for, haven't they? They come for the dad jokes. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't want to make sure. I don't know if people will stay on if you start making dad jokes, but I guess we'll see. Currently, at
Well,
just about 10 minutes in, 10 and a half minutes in, Chris.
yeah.
Uh, this France team isn't holding back. Not really a shot on goal yet, but I don't think it will last long.
The thing is, John, you're saying about the speed of the players. It's hard to show the speed of the players when you've got a low block because there's no space behind. Do you know what I mean? You know, France up against a attacking team. You know, I don't know how many teams are going to attack this French team because they do look weak. Don't look weak in many areas at all. But you know, you're looking at it now. The way I've got it, you've got basically, oh, there's a good ball in there, but you know, missed. You've got five players along, you know, the penalty box in a line. You can't really go round them. You can't go through them. There's zero gaps. They've tried to go over them there. I'm
Yeah,
not
this
sure
is the
that,
way you should play it. Go left to right, and toss a ball over the last line and go for a run. And I think what you can do is give them the ball for a bit, see if you can get that space in. Meanwhile, my camera is even overheating, but it will be back soon. So don't don't worry about that. You can still hear me, I suppose.
So I was going to touch the low show there, John. 2 hours of me just talking about crosses and things like that, and all things Scottish. I mean, I have to say Paraguay have kind of surprised me. You know what I mean? I think it's not a team that people think a lot of players. Really. So they've done really well. I mean, I think this has been possibly a World Cup of the minnows. You seen Cabo Verde or Cape Verde as you call them last night. In that goal that guy scored in extra time. How wonderful was that?
Yeah, and I love the way that he said Rotterdam when he scored. Actually, you've seen that one.
No, I haven't seen that.
He's actually born in Rotterdam. He
All
lives in
right,
Rotterdam.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So he was all going like Rafa, 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 which is basically an nickname for Rotterdam. Meanwhile, he's like the first counter from France coming up, and if you take care of that counter, I will take care of the camera.
This is the problem, isn't it? So you've had the Paraguay pushed a lot of players up. So do you take the foul? Haul which they've just done. They bring Elise down. You know what I mean? Try and slow the game down. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to really slow the game down a little bit. And then they're now in that low block position again. You can count them five players, 4 in midfield, and the striker is basically 5 yards in front of the midfield. So you've almost got a pyramid you've got to get through. 2 players on Elise you can see there as well. And would you say Elise has had a good World Cup, John?
Oh, I think he has the best World Cup. He's showing that he might be just the best midfielder in the game currently. And he's officially, I think, logged as a winger, but he's playing more of a 10 position here in France, right? Overhead kick, those passes. He hasn't got a goal in yet, which is actually
Yeah,
feels a
that's what
little
I'm
bit big.
asking you, John. I wonder, do you think he'll be a bit disappointed with, you know?
Well, you can see last match he was looking for it a little bit, but then just take a wrong pass or took the shots, got saved. But he took that overhead kick, which hit the post, I think, as well.
Oh, that was unbelievable, wasn't it, John? That was, to be fair, class.
So he'll get there. Don't worry about it. I think he'll
You
get
know,
the goal in, and
yeah, but think that a player of his quality, I mean, he's had a wonderful season, club season, amazing. Just no really hit the heights there between Dembele and Mbappe. He's been the kind of third wheel.
no, I think this the biggest difference in this France team is that they are actually they don't mind giving each other something here. I think before that, like they always the team imploded. They all got in a fight, or they didn't want to give the ball to each other. But as you can see now, they are crossing. If Mbappe isn't scoring, he gives the ball to Dembele. He scores 3. Any other way around, they just keep going. So honestly, I think he's fine with it, and everyone sees his quality, anyways. I think Real Madrid was already looking at the options of getting him in as well. So I'm not sure he can leave Bayern that easy. But yeah, Olise is the man.
Yeah. As I say, hey, there's my good friend Shaq. Hey, buddy.
Yeah,
How
Shaq
you
will go
doing,
off now for
boys?
a moment. He'll be back shortly because he's using the wrong link. But I'll send you a text chat. See you in a moment, buddy. Log off and I'll see you in a moment. So that was that's the thing when we do live streams though. Yeah, that happens. It's all right though. Chris, we haven't seen a shot on target yet. 15 minutes in.
No, but I think, John, this is what we expected. We're looking for France early goal. The Heat, they don't want to push too much, do they? I mean, they're not going to burn themselves out and get hit in the counter. A lot of balls into the box, but it's been well defended by the Paraguay players.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
there's just one player, like there's just one player up front. I don't know. If you look at this Paraguay team currently, I think they've got an amazing goalkeeper, right? I think Gil is awesome. Probably this, and he's going to get a busy day. But I think they are just seeing if they can make it up until extra time here into penalties, maybe. I don't see what their plan is looking at this. It's not like if you see them build up, suddenly the fullbacks are coming up. It's not like if you see them counter, they've got something fancy going in. And talking about going in, he's back here. It's none other than Shaq. Welcome back, Shaq. Should be up and running soon. We should see his beautiful face, his beautiful smile. Welcome back.
Wonderful to be here. How's the game going so far?
We are now a little bit over 70 minutes in, Shaq. And yeah, well, as expected, France is having the ball. France are attacking, but not really getting a shot in yet. Olise's hair is still looking good.
Olise is fabulous. What a player. What a player.
Yeah, definitely. So, Shaq, what's the time in Australia right now for you?
7:20 in the morning right now. Perfect time for football. What a way to start a Sunday.
Still Saturday here. Can you imagine that?
We live in the future, John. We live in the future.
Yes, that is very much true. Love your background, by the way. If you look in the live stream or the video version of this podcast, you can see his. Well, you definitely got prepared there. I just got a ball here next to me.
I've got the Foot and Review World Cup teddy.
Well, Chris is the winner there.
Yeah, you can buy that on the merchandise store, by the way.
Yep. He didn't bring Scotland luck, so I wouldn't get him in blue, guys. If that's for sure. Unfortunately, the blue one is a wee bit unlucky. That one. Yeah, Jack, I'm sorry about your team, my man. We were talking about just before you come on. I was saying to John, we felt here last night, Lara and I were watching the game, that actually there was only one team in it. I think the physicality of Australia was starting to really shine in the second half.
Exactly.
We have the first yellow card of the match though now when Barcola really hit the player hard on his shin.
That was a bit
awful.
Hit him straight on the shin. I think that was it was unintentional, wasn't it?
Nah, just very late.
Oh, very late.
By the way, if you are watching the stream, you can now see stickers pop up when anything happens, Jack. You've seen that, though?
Yeah, nice one.
So
that's very good.
Yes. As long as I'm awake, we see those stickers pop up.
Let's hope we have an exciting match that keeps you awake, John.
Definitely, and else I got you guys to keep me up all night. Because it's been a while since I did 2-hour watch-alongs, or actually 2-hour-long podcast, though. I have heard, though, that, Shaq, that you're going to edit this one.
Sure. I can definitely edit this. No problem. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out.
So we got a question from the audience, Jack, that says, when people watch the World Cup daily shows, it says Australian top DJ whenever your name pops up. What's going on there?
That's just an inside joke that John. No, it's just I used to be a very good DJ back in the day when I was younger. I do still mix every now and then. I don't publicly do it anymore. I just make sets and send it across to friends and family who seem to like it. So yeah, that's the top DJ is just a thing by John. It's just an inside joke by John. He thinks it's
we must be friends then, John, because I've never had a stream. I'll be honest with you. I've never had the mix sent to me before. I'm disappointed, Jack. You need to send me some.
I did. I put it in the group in the Discord at some point when you guys were in Crete, just in time for But I'll send some. Through.
That'd be great, mate. No, keep it going. But I was saying to John before you come on about the Australia last night. I felt your physicality was starting to really shine in the second half. It looked like it was only one team in it, in my opinion. You know?
Exactly. I think losing to a better team, wouldn't have felt bad, but losing to a team that I think we could have beaten kind of sucks. It really hurts. Like we should have gone through. I mean, look, the next stage we just go through. We play Argentina. It's not going to be an easy game, but just the chance of seeing our team playing against Argentina would have been cool. That's just gone. It still hurts. It's still kind of.
You know, what is the reaction been to the young 18-year-old taking the penalty? There was a lot of criticism on the UK TV about that.
I think the criticism is more about on the manager because he shouldn't have taken it. But apparently, I don't know if you've seen the interview that I mentioned in the podcast yesterday. In the interview, he did say that he's been scoring in training. And look, at the end of the day, our fans, we all can have an opinion, but the coaching staff definitely knows more than the fans. The coaching staff
Mm,
made the decision based on how he's been doing in training. So fair enough, like completely fair enough. It was if he thought he was confident, coaching staff thought it was right, it's okay, but it's still like I think even starting with the center back with Harry Suter starting the penalty shootout, that's something that they could have designed in such a way to have an attacker there, so they can once they score, then it just kind of lets the momentum keep going towards Australia. But it's just it all faltered through.
yeah. I mean, the young lad's had some World Cup though, hasn't he? For being, is he
What a
18,
World
isn't
Cup!
he? Unbelievable, isn't it?
18-year-old from my local from Brisbane Row. He went all the way to Orlando. He plays in no, he plays in America now. Went from A League to
Yeah,
MLS. So yeah, it's awesome to see that. I don't think he played too much for Brisbane Row, but what a player! What a player!
yeah. I think he'll get a big move. I mean, I think at that age, 18-year-old
Yeah,
playing the World Cup, I think it's a shop window for someone to come in and snap him up and take a
definitely,
chance on him.
Well, you don't
definitely.
snap players up when they're playing a World Cup, though, right? I'm afraid these days. I was watching the
Talking about,
goalkeeper from which
Beach.
country was it? I mean, Beach, of course. Beach is great as a tremendous tournament as well. There was a
Yep.
goalkeeper. I think he played at La Havre as second goalkeeper. Was it Ghana?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it could be. I think it was Ghana. He was amazing. I was like, oh, that's
Oh,
an amazing.
yesterday.
Yeah, the day
Yeah.
before. I think. There's
Ziggy,
been, yeah,
Ziggy.
there's been a tremendous amount of goalkeepers that have great tournaments.
Absolutely.
But there was also one, and I forgot his name. I had to check this out though. Who I was like, oh, that's a great goalkeeper. Maybe that could be something like for Feyenoord or something. And I went to check him out, and he apparently plays in the Serie A. He has a transfer value of like 12 million, and he gets paid 4 million a year. Like,
Who's this?
yeah,
Which
that's.
goalkeeper?
I'll get that in a moment though.
Talking about goalkeepers, did you see the height on the Paraguayan goalkeeper? This guy is massive.
The what?
The Paraguayan goalkeeper,
No.
he is massive. Do you remember the penalty shootouts that Paraguay had with Germany? How this guy just was towering through the. Can't remember his name now, but
Yeah, we came ill prepared watching live. By the way, it's hydration break now, so we got plenty of time to talk about
Orlando
goalkeepers.
Hill. Orlando Hill's the
Orlando Hill.
goalkeeper.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Or Gill. I think it's, they say it.
Oh, Gil, yeah.
Yeah,
He
Gill.
had a
All right.
tremendous match facing Germany, though. Also, stopping 2 penalties, I think.
Yes, 6'6".
6'6", yeah.
Oh, talking about 6'6", 6 foot tall people. Harry Suter. I just realized talking to Graham the other day that Harry Suter's brother plays for Rangers.
Yeah, aye. John Shooter. Unfortunately, we've
John
got the
Suter.
wrong one. So,
Yeah.
That's rough.
unfortunately, the wrong one. We've got John Shooter in our team.
Is
Yeah,
it
John
John
wait.
Shooter's
Suter?
a great defender if he doesn't have to think. I mean, that's maybe a wee bit unfair. And John, I'm really sorry if you're listening to the stream. We do like you as a player, but he can be a bit of a bomb scare when he comes on. He's a good old fashioned Scottish defender. He will put his head where boots go, and he's good that way. But he does get caught out a little bit. There's been a lot of talk, Harry Suter joining us for ages now, but I think it's just chat. To be honest with you.
No, thank you. To join Rangers, you think? That's pretty.
Yeah, there's
How
always
old
been
is
chat that he'd be well welcome. I think he plays in England now, doesn't he? I don't think he's had the
he?
best of
Does.
seasons down there.
No, I think he's in the second division.
I think, you know what I mean. I think, to be fair, but we've
Oh, he's
got
in
a very
Leicester.
good. Yeah, we've got a very good well, and I really feel really sorry for Leicester fans having Russell Martin as your manager. I do apologise.
So the goalkeeper I was talking about is called Lionel Mapasi, and he plays for Congo. And he has had one spectacular match. And I was like, that is a great goalkeeper. And he is the second goalkeeper at La Havre. So he's not even the first one. So it's like, who the heck is the first goalkeeper of La Havre? And that's the goalkeeper of Senegal, also at this tournament. And he had even better match. So yeah, that's
No, the Congo goalkeeper Mbasi had a great match against England. The number of shots he kept out from Bellingham and Kane, oh, it was incredible. He had a great moment.
Yeah, I think this is. I said it before. This is the tournament of the goalkeepers, though, and I think Gil will have some shots, but he's not got a one shot on target yet. 25 minutes in this match.
No, he looks like a basketball player. It's just flashed up on the screen there.
Yes,
You know,
he
it
Yeah,
does.
does.
you
It
He
can
does
see
does.
look at.
he
Yeah,
wears orange as well. Whenever he is on screen, your whole wall
yeah,
is orange.
yeah. No, he's got some length arms on him. That's for sure. You could tie his own shoelaces without bending his knees. Um, that but the striker they've got up front, is it Julio Enciso? He's called
Yeah.
La Hoya, the Jewel. He plays for Strasbourg. There's potentially going to Chelsea this year. There's chat
Oh,
of him going to
really?
Chelsea. Yeah,
He
I think
has.
he may sign for Chelsea.
He
Um,
was the star performer against Australia and just couldn't score. But then against Germany, he had that incredible header, and yeah, he's definitely a fox in the box as such. A lot of threat.
Talk
A lot
about
of
yeah, I
Fox
threat.
in
think
the
he's
box. We
young,
are
isn't he? He's the type of player
27
that Chelsea
minutes.
goes for.
We are 27 minutes in, and we got a counter from Paraguay going on. Cross to the
I
middle
don't
one.
think it's not been a great performance for France, John. I mean, I just think, okay, how many games you have to play to win the World Cup? It's several games, isn't it? So you're not going to be great in every single game, but certainly this first half have not been this dominant side that you expect to see, have they? Really, you know what I mean? You'd
Well, I don't
expect them
know,
to.
giving anything away yet. And like we said it before, when you saw the first match, people were hyping up Japan and Netherlands. And of course, Netherlands didn't get a great tournament in, but it's so hard to play against teams that don't want to play football, though.
Oh, that's a bit harsh, John. I don't think
Oh,
Japan.
John.
Oh, very harsh, very harsh. I think Paraguay, yes, I understand, but not Japan. Paraguay is actually they've perfected the art of just putting a low block and trying to counter, and it works in most occasions. But Japan's a completely different. It's not.
There's an attack there on the left hand side for Barcola. Beats his man, runs the ball out of play. I mean, I think you got to be critical of this performance a little bit. As you say, 28 minutes now in. There's 20 minutes of a game where they've done next to nothing. Okay, you close your eyes for 1 second, you blink the wrong way, you lose concentration. All of a sudden, Mbappe smashed it in for 25 yards. But what I'm saying is, at the moment you're watching this game just now, I don't think this is a scary France side. If you're England or Spain or that, at the moment you're thinking, well, these guys can be held back a little bit.
Yeah, I doubt that, though.
I doubt that. Yeah, I think because against this team, if against a low block will take a while to get through, France will get through. They will open it up. But if the team's open like England, they will carve England open. They will completely carve England open. Spain is a different proposition again because Spain will hold the ball. That'll be that'll be a fun game to watch because France will just not get the ball back.
And let's be honest as well. You've got you've got a situation where Argentina are a one-man team. You've got a chance, especially if they play, the striker for Inter. Absolutely, I don't know
Lautaro.
I don't know if he's even turned up the World Cup. So has he really done
Well,
very
just gives the
much?
ball to Messi, right? I mean,
Yeah.
But that's
Good.
the thing is, though, Messi scored a great goal last night. He's the one that seems to be turning it on. Um, you know,
It's almost like
Martinez.
the whole team is set up for Messi just to shine, and the rest of the team just is doing the dirty work for Messi, and even people like Lautaro just sitting back. And I think I read a thought piece yesterday on ESPN that spoke about why this particular Argentina is working better than the olden Argentina with Aguero's and the big players that they had, Higuain's, Aguero's, all the great players that they've had compared to this Messi, compared to this team is this team, regardless of who you are, everyone just puts their game towards Messi shining for the team, and it's working. Whereas in the past, everyone wanted to shine themselves, and they just didn't let Argentina shine as a whole. So yeah,
I was
interesting thought piece.
extremely disappointed yesterday, though. I've read that piece as well. I know you're a big Messi fan. I mean, I don't dislike Messi, and I applaud him for everything there. But that Argentina team looked poor yesterday. Honestly, I think if you put pressure on that team, they're bound to collapse because it isn't the best 11 players. They got one good start. They got a couple of experienced players, but that team is very breakable. And if they were not on that side of this bracket, they would hardly make it this far. I'm 100% sure of it.
A great chance there for Mbappe.
Oh, nice one, Mbappe.
Yeah. A good ball. Another cross. I know John hates them, but a cross coming in.
John's Dutch. He's supposed to love total football.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
the Dutch forgot to play that themselves. But I've seen Spain play, so I'm a little bit happy there.
Yeah, Spain was.
Oh,
As a neutral, I just want to understand, as a neutral watching football, do you think neutral, I'm talking about a complete neutral, I'm talking about my mates who barely watch football. Do you think neutrals prefer watching a team like Spain or a team like France?
Yeah, France, right? There's no
Yeah,
question.
they
That's the
just
thing. Like
don't.
Spain's, I had a conversation with a reporter actually this Tuesday, and he said Spain plays so perfect football, at least in that match. They didn't give one single bad pass, right? They played so perfect football that to watch it can actually feel boring,
And
right?
I did the
so
podcast with Art, who said exactly the same thing, that he was getting bored at some, and I completely get what he meant, because it's just feels like it's like an anaconda trying to strangle you slowly, like a boa constrictor. You can't get the ball back, and it's football. What are you going to do if you don't have the ball?
Well, that's the thing. I said they don't need defend. Everyone was like, "Yeah, but they don't have the best defenders." Shot by the way on goal from Rabiot went over the bar, but they said maybe Spain doesn't have the best defenders, and I was like, they don't need defenders because they're not giving the ball away, so you can't attack. It's that simple.
John, I don't think this. I think this Spanish team are no boring. I find it strange. I don't find them boring at all because I think they like to score goals. You know, that's one thing about the Spanish team. I think sometimes when you watch that Barcelona team of Peps, they just like to keep the ball for the sake of keeping the ball.
They did as well,
You
though.
know,
You see with Spain, man, they did. They're playing the ball from left to right. They're not pushing out the through ball if they don't think it will succeed. And if you look at this France team, they are powering through, trying things, dribbling through, giving crosses, constantly losing possession as well, but make up by it because of the speed and physicality. That Spain team doesn't give away the ball. Just they don't take any risk, right? And even with
no, but
Jamal can take an action, but there's always two like Ozabial behind him just to take the ball back if he does make an action and they lose the ball.
I think that's an unfair criticism against the Spanish team. I really do. I think
No,
the
it's not
Spanish team have got
criticism. It's not criticism at
no,
all.
but no, but I think if you look at the two teams, France have played well. Let's not doubt they have got the best sort of all round team. I think attacking flair. To say the midfield strong, defense is strong, good goalkeeper. There's no weakness in this um, French team. They've not played magical every single minute of every game, have they?
No, but also because they take risks. They can make up for those risks, right? But if you look at that
Hmm.
Spain team, they don't take risks. So you don't see any weird things happening there at all. Meanwhile, there's a big fight going on after a foul on Mbappe in the match. All the players are just going at each other. So that's good. This starting to get heated this match. So you see some frustration, I think, at the France team. Don't we
Yeah,
check?
the Paraguayans are look. I played against them. The worst, or not me. Socceroos played against them.
No, you did.
They're the
You did. That's
they were the
exaggerated a
worst.
little bit,
They
mate.
were just not fun at all. They were just horrible. They just sit in the low block, have no interest in playing football, and I don't blame France because they're getting they're getting frustrated with not getting an opening. And this Paraguayan defense is. The coach yesterday came up with a really interesting article where, well, his quote rather, he said that if I could play with 11 center backs, I would play with 11 defenders. That would be perfect. That'd be my best. And that's his mentality. It's crazy. And I wasn't very happy with them qualifying ahead of, I mean, getting through ahead of Germany, because a Germany France game would have been a blockbuster, because this is just it's going to be one team sitting back and just defending, and the other team trying to open the door, and that's not what we want at this stage of the World Cup. Personally, sorry,
No,
this
it
has
works though for them. I said before the World Cup they had 8 matches in a row with only conceding one goal and not losing one single match. Uh,
yeah.
Oh,
it's a quality.
good
It's not a.
defending eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
But I just had to check there, John. To be fair, you are a little bit right in what you say. So France at the moment have 13 team goals. Germany, who are out, have 11. Argentina have 11. The Netherlands, unfortunately, they're out. They've got 11. Morocco has 10. And then you go down to 13th, Spain, Portugal, England, Japan, who are away, and Mexico are still in it. They've got 8 goals each. So
yeah,
yeah, I agree, John. But I just feel this Spanish team is certainly having Lamine Yamal, Olathabal in their team. That's a good attacking force. That
Yeah, sure, but
Olathabal,
I'm not
he
saying
took a
anything
lot of
bad.
criticism.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything
No,
bad about
but
the Spanish teammate. I'm just saying
Mhm.
they won't take a pot shot. They won't take a shot outside of the box. They will earlier pass the ball 15 times around before taking a free shot on goal, like an actual 100% chance on goal.
Mhm.
They played this match last week. They won 3-0. They shot 4 times on target. They 3-0. They have not conceded a goal yet this tournament. Right? Just putting a little bit
Ooh,
into perspective.
that's
Not
a
a
good
single.
stat. I didn't pay attention to that.
Right?
Oh,
The thing is, if they play Spain, Spain plays France. I mean, if you look at the France team now, that France team will go in full force. Right? They will attack. They will attack. They will attack. The problem is, you can see it now already happening here. Is if they don't get the ball or you get frustrated, this France team can also end up bodying everyone and getting real frustrated. And
Mhm.
those Spanish attacks, counter attacks, are very good. Ozabial, very underestimated player so far. Um, four goals so far, I think. Chris, just saying,
yes.
top of mind, 4 goals.
Mhm.
He's not
So
the most exciting player, but to watch.
Oh, oh, look, if France go through this game and they beat Paraguay, the next game they have is Morocco, and that will be an electric game. I believe that's going to be a great game to watch.
Oh, we see
I know.
we get we see a shot on goal from Dembele, but we also see Mbappe being absolutely hammered in midfield during a run, being tackled from behind. I think that might be a VAR check. He's not looking at the play. He actually I think he actually hits him, Chris. Isn't that a
He's on the deck at the moment. I mean,
yeah?
it looked a little bit soft, if you ask me.
I think
I'm
it
just
might
trying to
be a
Yeah,
watch
VAR
it now.
check.
it looks a
We're
bit
just
soft.
I
It
think
looks a
he
bit
hits him
looks
with
soft.
soft,
his
John.
arm.
I think he
It
tickled
loo-
him.
yeah,
Yeah, he tickled him. It did hit him a little bit, to be fair. I don't know what the defender's trying to do. Yeah,
Oh,
a weird motion for the defender, to be
no,
fair.
oh, he just raised his arm. Oh, look, yeah, he just used his elbow. It's not a big deal. It shouldn't be
Yeah,
anything.
just an elbow. Yeah,
It's just a regular foul. No yellow card, nothing.
I don't think it's technically a fall. It's not even being
Not
VAR
even a
checked. It's
foul.
just going to be a corner.
Okay, that's even better.
So yeah,
Hey,
so Shaq, you were saying that if France get through, they play Morocco, who won
3-0.
3-0.
nil today. Yeah, against Canada. I think they were very much in control. The
Mm.
Canadians had a little bit of a go at the end, but I think it was always
Canada
Morocco's
started
game.
well though,
So,
Chris.
hmm?
Canada showed that you have to attack against this Moroccan team. If they just were a little bit technically better, they could have been leading the halftime, I think.
Mhm. But I think this Moroccan team's pretty good.
Really good.
They're tough. They're tough players. They get stuck in. They're top in the top 10 in the world. There's a lot to like about this team. The only thing is Sabari looked like he picked up an injury. It's probably going to be the end of his. I would think it'd be the end of his tournament. I don't want to speculate too much, but you could see by his face he looked quite upset about it. I don't know if it was his
Hamstring.
hamstring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
once
bit.
the hamstring goes, let's be honest, you're not recovering really quickly with
I've
that
been
That's
one.
a
recovering from
shame.
that for the last 21 years now.
Yeah, definitely. So you look at it, you go, Sabari be missing, but then again, the guy who came in scored took his place, scored. If you look at the bracket, and I know John's going to hate me saying this, so you look at the bracket, you go through it, and you go, right, okay, let's say France go through. Let's play that game. France goes through, then they play Morocco. You then go down the next stage. You've got Portugal versus Spain. Let's be honest, that's a blockbuster. That's two neighbours going at it. I don't know how big a rivalry it is.
There's
Is
only
it as big
one
as
winner
England,
there.
Scotland, or Australia, New Zealand, or the Germans and then the Dutch? I don't know, but I think that'll be a bit tasty, that one. And then you've got United States, Belgium. So you'd imagine that the winner of the, you know, Portugal, Spain will probably beat one of those two. I don't want my
Yep.
ESTA revoked. Please, Mr. Trump, don't revoke my ESTA for me for saying that, but you never know. But then you go to the next bracket. You've got Brazil, Norway, blockbuster. Let's be honest, that is a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Can the Brazilians keep Haaland at bay? And then the game, 1 o'clock for us, as I said in the UK, I've already talked about it, is Mexico, England, 2,300 meters high. I'm sure the English team are not getting any sleep at the moment as the fireworks go crazy outside their hotel room with the Mexican fans.
Insane though, eh?
Yeah. So I think it's unfortunate for us that Spain and France are not in a different bracket and could potentially meet the final, because I think that final would be a real clash of styles, wouldn't it?
Yes, completely agree. Completely agree there. I think let's call it call a spade a spade. So in this game, USA Belgium, it's pretty much, I think it's going to be USA that goes through. Portugal Spain
Mhm.
Spain go through. Brazil Norway is going to be a blockbuster. Anyone can go through in this particular game. It just depends on who fires on the day. Mexico England is probably the one that on paper you think England, but the way Mexico's playing in Azteca, it can go either way. So that's going to be
No.
the only barnstormer. Well, what are your thoughts, John, on that one?
Mexico gonna win that, and there's two reasons. I think mainly three reasons. One is in Azteca, 90,000 fans, something like that. It's a
Mhm.
big stadium. Two, it's 2,000-meter height. You can't train that, and you can get used to it, not in one day. And the Mexicans are definitely used to it. And third of all is, as you've seen how they had treated the previous opponent, keeping everyone up all night, harassing them at the hotel. You go in that match with such a big disadvantage that I don't even think Harry Kane can save.
So you say Mexico go through, hey?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Oh, look. Well, there's no skin on my nose. I'm happy either way.
Me neither, but I'm just saying, I think the technically best team is England. I didn't
I-
think, but I think the skills are so much tipped in the advantage of Mexico that I think they have a chance.
I would love
think
to
so.
take. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say I haven't actually last week I was away cycling in France and we went over 2,300 meters.
Oh,
The 3 days we were cycling there, and I can tell you when you get to that sort of, you can actually feel the oxygen started draining a little bit. And I was cycling very slowly, I hasten to add, so I wasn't playing a World Cup match. I'm not a professional athlete. I wish I was, but I think that there is. I think if you're England, if you're 0-0 going with 70 minutes to go, I think you're out on your feet at that point.
Yeah. No, we've seen it
Yeah.
before, and we see it. We even see it at Formula One races, Chris, where we go into Mexico City, and you see cars actually performing worse because there's less oxygen in the air, right? And drivers being absolutely like dead tired because they're not used. It's not the heat only that's killing you; it's just the lack of oxygen. So, yeah, I think the only thing I really don't like, I mean, there's two things I think there's a couple of games, like a couple of teams, especially the home teams, that are very much having an advantage by certain things.
Mm,
I think the travel for the US team, of course. I think Canada even had to go out of the country for their next match, which unfortunately you saw the difference, right? Mexico plays everything in Mexico, everything at height, and they
But this is the
just
last game. This is the last game for Mexico in Mexico, though.
Yeah.
yeah, true. But after that one, you face such big teams that the difference isn't that much. And I think you see with Argentina the way they are drafted in, sort of, it gives you a pretty easy road into.
John and his hate for Argentina. It's just
He does.
ridiculous.
He's so hateful of them. Eh? You seen him in the chat last night, wasn't he? I will say something to you right now, though. If it's not Norway who get through this tie, and England do get through against Mexico, England will get to the final. I don't believe
No.
Brazil. I don't believe any of the teams in that bracket will stop England getting to the final. I don't see Argentina doing
Colombia.
it. I think England
Colombia.
potentially, but I think, to be fair, I think if you look at it, I think if they play Norway, that's like a Prem game, that one. I think, there's so many Premiership players in the Norwegian team that England versus Norway will end up like a Premiership game. So I think that'll be an exciting game, but it's a game that Norway could certainly win. But I think if they come up against Brazil, and I look at the rest of them, they come up against Argentina, who's likely to get through. I don't think any of those teams stop England getting to the final.
So let me get this right. So you're saying if Norway beats Brazil and England beats Mexico, England will definitely beat Norway. Understandable.
No, I think that's a 50-50 game, that one. But
Sure.
I do think England beat Brazil. This Brazilian team, I don't think will beat England, in my opinion.
Ooh.
I think they've got I think England got better players in this Brazilian team.
That's I understand the logic in that. I understand the logic in that. I think this Brazilian team is not as good as we think, nor is it as bad as we think. It's an interesting team because it's an interesting team because
That's a
the
good
way
way of saying this team is just meh.
not really, because when they need to turn it up, they do somehow turn it up. Again, you saw the way they turned it up against Scotland. I'm not no,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, but it's
No,
Scotland.
of
It's
course there's look. But I just think if you go as a team, as a collective, okay, you've got the Ancelotti effect and you've got the Vinny Jr.
Yeah.
effect. But I wonder how Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes come up against that sort of dynamic. I think England's got quite a dynamic and versatile midfield. I think they struggle against that. And then you've got Harry Kane, who just brings goals out of nothing. Brings goals out of thin air. That I don't think Brazil have that.
It
Up
doesn't
front.
matter though, because Norway will beat Brazil.
I think
I
Norway-
just want to row a couple of more matches, Chris.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, you got the Haaland effect, haven't you? As long as you got Haaland in your team, you've always got a chance. The guy is just a force of nature.
He's also lucky so far, right? I mean, no, but I mean, you saw it in the match. He wasn't in form. He wasn't defending. He wasn't walking back. Still, he just walks into a ball and it just goes in. Sometimes you have those moments where just everything goes your way, and I think that's also. He has good matches. Last match wasn't good. Still scored. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's just lucks at your side as well. You got momentum. The fans are very much likable. They got 28 years not being their story. I think the rowing thing, the crowds are going nuts for Norwegian fans as well. They love them. I think Norway actually has a pretty good team. Not quite a good defense, so that could be the difference against the Vinny. But to be fair, like I said before, I think they've got Vinny, and that's about it currently at Brazil.
Cunha.
Well, you got to remember, you got a Man United fan here.
Cunha.
on the stream.
Cunha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on. Cunha has been incredible. He's been really good this game. Come on. He's been really good this World Cup, rather.
Yeah, it's fair actually. But the best Norwegian defender is probably Marcus Pedersen, who's got sent away at Feyenoord, so I don't think the defense is that good.
I've heard some rumors about Cunha being the best number 9 since R9 for Brazil. So, John.
I think you're still playing FIFA Ultimate Team right there. By the way, it's half time now, which means if the match starts, we will do the countdown together and make sure we get the kickoff synced up.
Yes.
So we'll let everything run as far as now. So we are in halftime. I don't think there has been too much going on. If I would summarize this match currently, I think France has the ball going in, Paraguay defense, but it's very rough on some of the players, especially Mbappe. Leads to frustration. We've seen one brawl happen. We've seen 2 shots. Nothing seriously happened so far yet. 1 yellow card for Barcola. It doesn't seem like yes, it would be like 60-40 to France currently, I think. No chances for Paraguay yet. But they are getting under their skin, are they, Shaq?
Yes, I think that they will continue to get on this. And as time goes on, I think you'd see this Paraguayan team getting under the skin of France more and more. And if they get 1 goal, I'm hesitant to say they will hold on. So all France has to do is maintain their shape and make sure they don't concede. Because if they concede, it could be alarm bells for them.
Chris, your thoughts so far?
Well, I'm just I've got the stream on here, the UK TV, and they're basically saying that Paraguay's been perfect. They've been very, very flowing in their praise, and been a little bit, disappointed in France. I think is safe to say, but they're showing at the moment the way the Paraguayan team is moving about, and I'm counting, as I say, basically you've got 5 at the back, 4 there sitting just maybe a few yards in front of them, and the striker is actually in midway in his own half. So there is no intent from Paraguay to attack at the moment, is there? And we've seen that a few times, that when they have attacked, the pace of France has led them to go on the counter. So you could potentially, guys, need to strap yourself in for a long night. We could be a third of the way through this game at the moment, even though it is half time.
It's 8 a.m. my time. I've got all day.
Exactly. I'm just well aware of that. Shaq is loving this World Cup. As Europeans complaining about kickoff times, and Shaq's like, unbelievable. I get this every time something happens here. You
I've
know,
I haven't watched a World Cup this intently for 20 years, so I'm loving this World Cup. Probably my favorite World Cup ever, just because I could watch every game.
Well, you should
you
come
know.
visit the Euros one time. I think next one is in the UK, so you just come over.
Yeah,
You
you're
get
always
used to the
welcome,
time
mate.
difference very quickly as well. So
Mhm.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I will
probably
try
the
and make
best
it
way
there.
to do it.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a match check where the if France gets going, it's done?
Yeah, definitely. I think if France goes one, they will be fine. Because once Paraguay Paraguay, once they start getting out of their block, which they haven't really had to do so far, as you saw in the first game against USA, where they tried to attack, they got smashed. So that probably has made them realize that they just have to hold in the low block. As soon as France go, Paraguay is done and dusted. So they know that they just have to hold on till till they can score a goal.
Chris, is this match going to end with 11 players on the pitch for both sides?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think, if there was any game that was going to end up with someone getting sent off last night, today's game against the two game in Canada and Morocco, because the referee, Premiership referee, kind of lost control. I think he booked 5 players in the first half, and I'm sitting there saying somebody's got to go. But I think the players are. I think also the way the game's been refereed, allowing things to sort of physical contact to happen has been quite good as well. I don't know if you guys have enjoyed that at all. Um, I've enjoyed the fact that you're seeing players roll about and the ref's like, come on, guys, just get up. You're not getting a foul for that. We've got our listeners know we've got a chat. I've just sent you guys the graph of the game. So they have a kind of bar chat, and below the line is all France. And then there's this one solitary bar where I think Paraguay attacked in about the 35th minute or something like that. I've just sent it to you guys to look at. It's unbelievable. It is basically all France at the moment. Yeah, there's a team with the most threats at the moment. So they've also got another thing. Every minute they've done a team with the most threats, and it's 28th minute. There's a yellow there for Paraguay. Everything else is just France. So yeah, it's been France's game without them really hurting the team, haven't they?
It's just
Yeah,
yes, that graph literally shows the game in one small little picture. It's perfect.
yeah. So the Dutch analyst just says Paraguay does not want to play football. Period. There's not much I
Yep.
can say.
No, 100% agree.
You can
100% agree.
They're showing examples of Caceres, if I pronounced it correctly, like getting the ball in half at the midfield and just passing the ball over the sideline near the corner. And the same with Almiron, just getting the ball just hoovered over the byline on the side. So okay. The thing is though, keep this up for another 65 minutes or 75 minutes, you might get it. And Chris, can you actually blame them for trying this? Because we said before, how do you stop this team elsewhere?
Well, it's easy to say, it's easy to say this low block is an easy way to play, but if you've got to commit your body to it, you're going to have to be willing to work hard. They're showing some clips on the BBC at the moment where, they're roughhousing the French a little bit as well. You know what I mean? They're willing to get stuck in. They're willing to put their bodies on the line. They're up against, let's be honest, a better team, probably the number one team in the world, you would say, at the moment, them in Spain. So what else is this team meant to do? If you let them play, then they're going to run right over the top of you. If Paraguay were to open up, the space would be there for Barcola, Mbappe,
Yeah.
Olise, or Dembele to run into. So yeah, you can't criticise Paraguay. They're doing the right thing. Their job is to get through to the next round. Their job is to put out the best team in the world. That's what their job is. If that means penalties and they win, 5-4 in penalties or 1-0 in penalties, who cares in Paraguay if they get through?
I hate how Chris has brought logic into the argument, and its logic is very sound.
But that's the truth, though, isn't it? It's no fun to watch. But as someone who was a defensive midfielder many years ago, I can fully understand that.
Yeah,
The way they're
Understandable.
playing.
I love how they
completely
are
get
like stretching for time. Because if you've seen Barcola got a yellow card, right? And the referee puts the white line on the pitch. First thing they do is they walk the ball back. Or the first thing they do, they get the free kick. They walk the ball back. The referee says, come on, hurry up. Here's the line. He draws the line on the pitch. The referee turns around, and the guy that's the Almiron takes the free kick. Before he wants to take the free kick, he wipes away the line with his foot, lays the ball backwards or like forwards much more, and the referee, no, no, please go back. So after the yellow card, I just showed you on the clip, after the yellow card hit, they took 1 minute and 38 seconds before actually taking the free kick after that one. So they're like masters of shithousery as well.
Definitely, definitely. This Paraguayan team's masters, complete masters. Look, look. Uh, I would dread this game going to penalties, because if it goes to penalties, we could genuinely have Paraguay in the next stages, which is just a complete shame for this tournament. Complete shame.
Playing
It's gonna.
Spain.
Ugh.
We
Oh,
won't
just
see any shots on goal.
imagine that low block versus that ball hogging Spain. Oh my God, that's gonna be a game for the ages.
We'll see a match with 95% possession but no shots.
Yeah, that's right. I'll give you a quick
Well,
guess. I'll give you 10 marks for guessing. What's Paraguay's XG in this game?
0.01.
It's
zero
actually
zero.
0.04.
I don't know where they get the four from.
I don't know.
Unless the goalkeeper going to kick the goal kick into the net. I don't know where they're getting the .04 from. I'll be honest with you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Oh,
I suppose the
yes.
thing is, I mean, if we get to penalties, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Penalties are the right way to finish a game. It's worth considering. Wife and I were watching the game. I don't know what game. I think it was the Australia game, actually. Sorry to bring it up again, Shaq. We were watching it last night. And Lara had said,
He does it on purpose, Jack, though. I don't want to be that guy.
look, Shaq, I'm a Scottish fan. I can't slag MD off. When I'm talking about the teams, there's only one team scored less goals than us, and that's a team that got zero. So let's be honest with you, we were absolutely terrible. But
I just want to go back just for just 1 second, Chris. You want to go back in our first week of doing this daily show, where you did a show, We're Coming Home, now? How do you say it?
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
coming
coming home.
It's coming home.
Aye.
Please, please listen to that show. It was in the first week. Has to be somewhere like episode 4 or 5, where Chris just basically says they'll win the cup.
That's a bit
No,
that's a bit
it's just
harsh,
that-
John.
Hey, let's be honest. I mean, Scottish fans, and let's be honest, our good friend John is one of them, hates, he has a distaste for England, let's be honest with us, right? Because we have to watch the BBC, which is the British Broadcasting Corporation, for people who are not UK listeners. So the BBC covers the whole of UK, but of course there's 4 countries in the UK. They all play separately. So we'll watch England and it'll be England commentators, and they're very, very biased, let's be honest, and they're very full of themselves. But as I've said to John many a time, if that was Scotland and we were as good as that, we'd be worse than them. We beat Haiti 1-0. We think we're going to win the World Cup. You know what I mean? So there's no two ways about it. I thought it was coming home. Let's be honest with you. We were all getting very excited. A 1-0 scrappy victory, a double ricochet goal by McGinn. The only thing he did in the World Cup was do that. And we were getting excited the fact we thought we'd qualified, but not to be. But again, that brings up an interesting point about this World Cup, because at the very start, it was said that if you had 3 points and a -2 goal difference, you were likely to qualify. I just wondered, John and Jack, has this been the World Cup of the minnows, and have we been surprised at how good the smaller teams have been?
Definitely. I think Cape Verde yesterday showed us exactly what this World Cup is made out of, and the performance that they've had across the whole tournament. Where I mentioned in my podcast yesterday was the fact that they've not been beaten for 90 minutes, the whole tournament. They've not beaten in 90 minutes across, regardless of what team they played. They played Argentina, they played Spain, and they just weren't beaten in 90 minutes. And that's incredible. I think some of the teams came out to perform really well, and Cape Verde is one of them, where they just didn't sit in a low block. They wanted to attack. I think DR Congo attacked really well as well. I don't think anyone assumed that DR Congo would be playing really well. They played really well. I think out of the whole, all the so-called minnows, the only team that really um, didn't play to their potential would have been Tunisia, because they got smashed in all
I
3
swear
games.
you want to go say Scotland.
No, Scotland did have a win. Scotland had a win, so you can't really blame them. And I think Haiti against Morocco, they actually came out and played and scored some goals as well. So it was Morocco literally had to switch up gears to come back and win. So every team has tried to do their best, apart from I think this Paraguayan team that got smashed and then just sat back. Every other team's actually just tried to do something or the other. Tunisia's the only team that got smashed every single game and went home. So it's sad for them to see.
Yeah, to be fair, Qatar scored an equalizer as well in the last minute.
Exactly,
thought
against
of one.
Canada. Against
Yeah.
Canada, wasn't it? First game, what an equalizer. They did try. Talking about penalties and finishing on penalties, I just have
No,
a quick. I
we
just
don't
have a
want to
quick.
talk about penalty check. You
I'll tell you.
don't want to. I don't want to.
I'll tell you. I read this thing, and the Guardian Sports spoke about it yesterday on their podcast as well. Just want to understand from you guys and what your take is. I know, John. I know you'll be very cut and dry, but I'm interested more in Chris's take. Guardian spoke yesterday about a suggestion for the change in format where after the game is done in 90 minutes, you do the penalties straight up. Whoever wins the penalties gets half a goal, right? And then you play extra time. So essentially, if the team that's won the penalties is on a half a goal ahead, and you've got 30 minutes for the other team to try and attack and score, if the other team doesn't score, the team that's won the penalties wins. So that way, it's not left up to chance. It's the penalties gives you an advantage, and then you have 30 minutes to go ahead and play rather than doing this. I can see John. I can see John.
I tell
Listeners,
you, it's a good thing for those players who have missed. Yeah. So we've talked about, the young 18-year-old,
yep.
Harry Suter missing the penalties, for you guys. It's on them. It's been a full 120 minutes of players missing chances and tackles and things like that. But all we focus on is the missed penalty. You've got, famous ones in the UK like Waddle, and Pierce, the missing penalties, big penalties for England. Scotland's never been in that full situation. Oh, actually, McAllister against England in Euro 96. So, yeah, I think it takes some of that personal toll, I think, on the player. In terms of finishing the game, it's exciting. As a man who went to Seville and watched Rangers and lose a penalty shootout against Frankfurt, yeah, I'd love that suggestion because at least they gave us 30 minutes to score a goal. So it's a really interesting concept. I don't think it's one that FIFA will go with because you
No.
can't sell ad breaks probably for that, can you?
True. But I think it's just compared to what we have right now, where everyone just is trying their whole game, and then you have this complete absolute luck pot. Like this game. This game can end in Paraguay winning on penalties. And I think that's just not the right way to end a game, in my opinion.
I mean, I suppose
I have an
what you
opinion, but
would.
we have to sync the match first before we start. I'll talk about that in a moment. By the way, I just saw some stats. Total time played in the final third for France was 6 minutes and 29 seconds. Total time played by Paraguay in France final third was 19 seconds.
But it's
Crazy.
13. It's 39 degrees now in the stadium, so it is warm.
Oh, it is warm.
It is warm. So you can't blame those. Will tiredness coming in. I don't really think though that France have moved Paraguay about enough. I don't think they've pulled them out of their shape. I think they've managed to stay fairly static. They're working hard, but I don't think they're going to tire them out too much.
No. I'm going to play pause. You guys say when you start kickoff, and I'll play press again. But
I think Shaq maybe is just the one that's slightly one behind. I think
I'm
I
the
might
one
be just
behind,
behind you,
so
John. I think.
I am. Mine hasn't kicked off yet. I'll tell you.
No, I'm still exactly the same. I'll
Mine's-
pause it as soon as the guy goes to
we
kick.
need a countdown timer on halftime now as well.
I'll tell you when to.
I'll
right now
pause
they're
when
showing-
when he gets kicked and when he kicks
Yeah,
the ball. And
Yeah, just pause it then, and I'll tell you as soon as mine gets kicked. So
It
right
should be
now they're
good.
just showing the center circle with Paraguay with the ball.
This is probably the most boring part of this show for everyone watching or listening.
Hey,
Hopefully, it's
come
not the
on.
most exciting part.
The conversation is interesting. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it to sync.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Mine is paused.
Yours is paused.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mine still hasn't kicked off. Enciso is still on the ball, not kicked off yet.
Yeah, so we definitely have some delay there. You guys pause, we'll count back to 3 and then we go again.
And kick.
Okay. Chris? Do
Yeah,
countdown?
I've kicked off. I'm slightly just behind Shaq. I'm slightly ahead, sorry, Shaq.
So now we do 3, 2, 1, we play. 3, 2, 1. And we kicked off. So we're back saying talking about the penalties though. I wanna go at that check. Can I please go at that check?
Go for it. Go for
The
it.
moment
I
football
knew.
starts to count with half goals, I'm out. That's one. The hell was that? But anyways, it's not a. It's everyone is like, oh, this is a gamble. This is a coin toss, whatever. It's definitely not, right? Like the Netherlands have won 20% of all their penalty shootouts in history. If this was a gamble, it should be close to 50%. There's teams winning 80% of the penalty shootouts. It is a gamble. Again, that's not definitely happening. And if you look at all the shootouts combined with every team there, I think we're somewhere close to 30% winning on average. So that means it's skill and it's not a not a gamble. I think the difference is you can train it, and everyone's just like, you can't train on pressure. No, perhaps not, but you can always let automation help you along that way, right? Like the Netherlands said, we didn't actually prepare for them. We don't think it's worth it. We've not had one single World Cup winner, I think, ever without, well, not ever maybe, but as long as I'm alive, that didn't have to win a match through penalties. So it's
No,
a
but John,
part of the game. It's a legitimate tactic, I think. And it's actually, I think it's totally fine. I do think like we need to get rid of that freaking stutter and walk up though, because that's really annoyed me. Or let the goalkeepers move again, either of those. But I think it's fine actually.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
would you then potentially, John, move the ball further out, not have a penalty kick, but give the attacking player say 10 seconds to score a goal? So as opposed to being a 12-yard kick.
Oh no,
know-
no! I would honestly, like I train youngsters playing football, right?
Mhm.
I let them kick without a walk up. Why not let them take the penalty without having to walk? Just stand and take a penalty. Probably see more
Yeah, but
misses, but then it's definitely
Is
a
that
skill.
more skillful a play than, as opposed to a one-off kick? Do you maybe move the ball to the edge of the semicircle or the goalkeeper's box to say, right, you can either shoot from there, you can round the keeper. Is that a better, more skillful way to finish the
No,
game?
but I think the problem with what I said this with the Harry Kane one, right? The goalkeeper can't get off his line because that's suddenly unfair, right? He used to dive in front or step front first. But you can, as you are a striker, you can like slow down, stutter, forcing your goalkeeper to move, basically, because else they can't even make it. And if you then miss, you say, yeah, but the goalkeeper moved, so got to try again, like Harry Kane did in the first match, right? I think that's an equivalent of, when they say you are not cheating, but you are definitely bending the rules. I think that's one, and it's a skill. Kane Definitely has that skill to do that, right? We've seen players trying that and shoot the ball past the goal, which of course isn't the way to do it. But I feel there should be something done about penalties. Maybe just you can only take 3 steps, whatever. But or make a circle in the goal and let the goalkeeper, while France gets a shot in, or let the goalkeeper be able to move in that line to make it a little bit good. Because honestly, there's been way too many penalties missed for the fact it's actually a near unmissable shot, right?
Well, I'm glad I set it up with that. What's wrong with then going back to golden goal?
Just
Well,
didn't
you have to
work, I
finish
don't
sometime,
think.
so you can still do goal. But after 120 minutes, it has to be done. You've seen it with. Well, you actually saw it yesterday with Australia as well. There's just, especially when you play in the summer after a long season in this heat, you got to protect the players. You can't play until infinity, right? Or
No,
just,
No,
what
but I
if-
think you talk
Sorry,
about
go on.
golden goal and extra time then, Shaq.
Yep,
Is that what you're
extra time.
thinking?
Yeah, extra time. Yeah.
I mean, I think they tried that, didn't they? I think that was, I'm sure that was Euro 96 or something. I'm sure Germany won once golden goal, didn't they?
Euro 2000, Trezeguet.
Yeah. Was that what it was?
Trezeguet,
Sorry.
yeah.
I knew it was something.
Trezeguet.
The problem is, I think that then you don't want players don't want to make a mistake, do they? Defensively,
Nah.
there's no comeback from that. You lose a goal in extra
you
time.
get possession, you get another 30 minutes of just holding the ball. Not a team
I
want to
think
go
that-
in
that
because they
could-
leave too much space. Not a team wanted to lose the ball because they're afraid of losing the ball and conceding the ball. So basically what happens is you are pretty sure. I think that's what happened most of the time. It didn't end goal and goal. It just makes sure we went into penalties even more.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I
That's
mean,
the
Paraguay's
drawback.
having a bit of a go here, aren't they?
Yeah, they
They're having a
are.
bit of a,
They are.
they're having a bit of a go.
Please, if they score, this game will become dead rubber from here on in.
Well,
But
it's
the only thing I
definitely a
say about
football fight. We're 50 minutes in now. In this amazing stadium, by the way. I love this stadium. I think it's really well done. By the way, Chris, how many
see it.
screens does Rangers have in the
Here we
stadium?
go. Sorry,
How many screens do you have at Rangers in the stadium?
we have two. We have two.
Two.
They
They
jumbotrons,
have,
we used to call them.
I think, I was just counting them, but I think I'm at 70 and still not finished.
Wow. I mean, let's not talk about VR, John, because we had a huge discussion yesterday about VR or whatever day it was. We had that was a podcast in itself. And then this is what I'm, when you're in these billion-dollar stadiums and you have those, as I say, screens the size of cruise ships all around the stadium, and you can then put up on the screen what's happening at, VAR, etc., things like that. Whereas if you're going to, somewhere like Ibrox, where, you've got a screen, but the Scottish football don't put the VAR decision up on the screen for you to see. You just have a sign that says VAR check, handball, penalty, potential penalty, whatever it is. It doesn't add to the fan experience in the
No.
stadium.
Talk about fan experience, though. We just had, I think, the biggest highlight of the match so far. We had Mbappe going away on a counter from a long ball from Magnan. Actually, I think it's a handsball, which brings the ball in, Shaq. But he got a shot in, but it deflected, it got in a counter attack or a corner. And France took that corner in seconds because the Paraguay team wasn't back yet. They were still running back. They took that straight off really fast and got a shot in goal. It hit the side netting. And unfortunately, Dembele crashed into the goalkeeper, and Gill doesn't look all that well now. But that was smart tactics from France there, Shaq.
Very, very, very quick counterattack. I think there was a bit of a hand movement by
Yeah.
Mbappe to hold
It
the
was
ball.
hands.
It was a bit,
Yeah,
it was a
definitely.
bit cheeky, very cheeky there. But Dembele's move, he fell straight on the keeper's chest. It's unfortunate, but no malice there, no malice at all.
True. But why give a corner and not this handsball?
Yeah, the handball should have been picked up. That's ridiculous, completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Should have
Smart
been
move
picked
though.
up.
Good counter. And that's why you don't want to attack too much against France. They shown that here. What a perfect pass by Magnan.
Can I just ask?
No.
The handball that happened. Why can't VAR just step in automatically and just overrule the referee? Why can't that happen?
They can.
Yeah, why didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have his number.
No, but that's the problem with the way that it's being rolled out right now. It's just inconsistent because
Well, here I actually know what's going on here. So if it's a corner, a VAR can now say it's not a corner, either a kick or whatever happens, goal kick or. The thing is, France took it so fast that once play resumes, you can't call it back. I think.
okay, fair.
So what happened here is maybe the VAR even saw it and wanted to call it, but the corner was already taken. And since the rule is, if it's a corner, you can put it back until it's been brought back into the game. Might be where it ended up being. So,
Did you guys see that shot?
that's a
Good
great
shot.
shot. Okay, it's safe as well, by the way. Gill
Great
was
save.
definitely not injured.
Great, great save. The game's opening up. The game is opening up.
Yes, 55 minutes in.
The game is opening up.
1 hour and 18 minutes into this podcast, into this stream. Shaq, I might need a sleep in tomorrow, though, for tomorrow's show.
That should be fine. Should be fine. We're discussing the game right now. You can take snippets of this podcast and send it out as the World Cup Daily.
World
Can I
Cup
just say
Day.
one
It takes
thing
2
that-
hours to listen back. But go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, one thing that's worked very well in this World Cup is the fact that we're playing in an NFL stadium. So people might not know this, but an NFL pitch, and I'll do this in metric, I'll not do it in feet and yards, is 48.8 meters wide in NFL pitches. So because they're playing in NFL stadiums, But actually, a football pitch is a good 25 metres or 27 metres wider. So what you're finding is when you watch these American football pitches, there's a lot of space between the sidelines and where the fans sit. But because the football pitch is a lot wider, what you're now getting is the fans are on top of the players. I think can you see that there when you look at it? So if you ever watch Serie A, it's particularly they've got the rounder stadiums where they've got the long bits at the back of the goals, etc. We're actually here because the pitch is wider and longer. For a football pitch, it fits really nicely in an NFL stadium, and that's where you can. If you look at the stadium, if you look at it now, the fans are on top of the players. I think it's adding to the atmosphere.
Yes,
Definitely.
although the pitches are smaller, or less wide, to be fair, because we saw Koeman at the Netherlands saying as well that it's easy. You don't have too much advantage from the wings because all the pitches are a little bit smaller than they used to in Europe.
Yes. Yeah, but I think the fact is though, if you look at it, normally with modern stadiums, you take somewhere like West Ham, which is the old, I think is the Olympic Stadium that we had in London for 2012. They've got the kind of running track behind it. Hampden is a case in point. It's an absolutely terrible stadium, and I do apologise to anybody who's come to watch the Euros and go to Hampden. It's a shocking stadium to go and watch football in. If you're at behind the goals and your seat doesn't start with a double letter, then I'm really, really sorry because you're going to miss most of the game. It's absolutely a shocking stadium.
You need to bring your
for
binoculars.
modern. Yeah, it's terrible. But actually, I think these stadiums have worked really well because of the way that the football pitch is fitted with inside the stadium footprint. I think it's been great. I think the fans have been amazing as well. They've all added to the atmosphere. There's been very few games where the fans haven't travelled. The Tartan Army's been brilliant as well. I think this has really added to the colour of this World Cup.
Completely agree. Completely agree. I think going into this World Cup, there was a lot of commentary and chatter about, this is going to be the worst World Cup from a fan perspective, and we'll have empty stadiums. Well, completely the opposite. It's been amazing to watch on screen. Every game, regardless of what time, has been completely packed. I remember there was a game in the middle of the day. I can't remember if it was Iran and someone else. Middle of the day in LA at 12 p.m. or whatever, and it was completely packed on a weekday. It's just been a beautiful experience. All the stadiums are wonderful to watch. I'm still shocked at the size of the jumbotrons they have. It's ridiculous. Some of them have, I think, the biggest jumbotrons I've ever seen. Like even this game here, the jumbotron's crazy big. So it's been wonderful to watch. It's been a beautiful, delightful World Cup from that fan experience perspective. And I think we should have every World Cup in USA. I'm all for it.
Oh, didn't get John
Nah,
started.
come on, mate. No, let's not. Okay, here's my 2 cents. These stadiums are absolutely amazing. Check. The atmosphere has been really good. Check.
Brilliant.
Hydration breaks are the worst thing that happened to football ever. Period.
Yeah.
Normal fans being not allowed to travel into the country, absolutely horrific. Check. The seats are filled, but are they filled by the fans of these teams? I doubt it. Honestly, we've seen that before. When the Netherlands played Morocco, there were 90,000 people in the stadium, right? I think 85,000 people in the stadium or something. The Dutch were only able to bring 5,000 of their fans. So yes, there was a lot of orange there, but there weren't Dutchies that were supporting the team. There were Americans buying tickets for the prices they are used to spending on tickets, and not really supporting. So yes, can you imagine having these stadiums with affordable prices packed with 30,000, 40,000 of actual fans? You can imagine, because Mexico, Canada, and the US have that, but no other team can bring their full support because of this.
It's the same for every World Cup, John.
That's not necessarily true though, Chris, because we'll see next year when we go, or in 2 years when we go to the Euros, right? We'll see 20,000 Dutch fans coming over to the UK. We have seen 40,000 fans being in Bern from the Netherlands. We've seen insane Tartan armies in the past. And not 5,000 people. And to be fair, you got to admit, Senegal were not allowed to bring fans in. Congo wasn't allowed to bring fans in. There's been too many countries that weren't allowed to bring their own fans in. Yes, the stadiums are packed, but not with the people that were supposed to beat. I think
Yeah.
so. We gotta.
No, but
I don't find it fair not to highlight that as well.
no, but also it is the 250th birthday of the United States Day, so we should say happy birthday to the lovely people of the United States and wish them all the best. I mean, it is a wonderful country. We'll not talk politics because we'll talk well past this hour from there. But we have to say happy birthday to all our listeners in the United States as well, as we start to see the first substitutions of the match, isn't it? So I think the young striker has went off and Barcola's went off as well. Is it Dewey? I think has come on.
Yeah.
Dewey's come on. I mean, there you go. You replaced Barcola with Dewey, who'd probably get in most teams for the start as well. You know, a tremendous conveyor belt you have in France, haven't you, of young talent.
That's right. And I think Bacala's had a poor game, so it's probably fair to bring Douay on. Hopefully we see a change right now. And then Ciso, we must point out Paraguay just lost Enciso, who went out through
Mhm.
injury, and he's been replaced, and that's going to be a huge, huge threat nullified. So I think France must be licking their lips right now.
Yeah, it must be nice to put out one superstar and bring in the next day. Etiquette is also on the bench, so yeah, it's not like oh no, we got to sub out Dembele. I will bring the next best thing in.
John, what's the reaction been like in the Netherlands with the Dutch leaving the World Cup? Has it been quite vociferous, quite critical?
Very critical, extremely disappointing. I think the biggest disappointment was that we decided to suddenly go back to five players at the back, and we're not exactly how do you say it? We are not exactly against playing five at the back. I mean, we can say Dutch school, etc. But sometimes your team just isn't good enough to do that, right? Like Fred Vergaal did. But then we played 4 years of that system before going to a World Cup, and we were thrilled to that system. And we had good strikers on top, and it worked. And then people weren't too critical about it. But this time, we played like the 4-3-3 all year long. Every single match played in the group stage, but we conceded too many goals. And then against Morocco, we decided to go five at the back. I think that felt like absolutely betrayal. And the worst thing is, after the match, Koeman said, I would do this again and again and again. I got the chance. That what did. I mean, he's gone now. But that was absolutely sour, of course. And losing another one on penalties and saying that penalties are not really trainable, you know, it's a little bit too much to go into everyone's opinion, I think, here. And it's too bad because we do have some talent going. Not only talent, but like we've got players play at Barcelona, Liverpool, Real Madrid, you name it. There's players from the Dutch team there. So, Manchester City, we got Reinders from City, of course. And they're very much untapped potential, but also I felt like a disgrace going out. Not because of Morocco, because Morocco is a great team, and I don't think that's actually the issue here. Well, semifinals should be at least a target, I think, for us.
I don't
So
think he has the strike force.
No, but then again, neither does Paraguay. They do it a little bit worse, right? So, yeah, I don't think yes, you need a striker like you see a big difference makes, especially this tournament when all the strikers step up. But then again, they scored 10 goals in 3 matches, which isn't so bad either. So, or 11-4, which is still on top of everyone now. So
you had 5 goals in 1 match, though, John.
Sure, but then still means he scored the 6 in 3 others, which still is good. So
yeah,
goal scoring it wasn't actually the biggest issue. Meanwhile, France is getting countered, and I think they'll make it. But you see the desperation at Mbappe. He's got a knock in the box, and he just is very frustrated with the referee now.
That should have been a foul. I think that should have been a foul. That was.
But the VAR is actually checking, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully. Come on, Mbappe.
Chris, what's going on here? You can actually hear something?
No. I think I might be slightly behind you guys, a little touch behind.
Okay, let me just give me a second. Let me pause mine.
There we go. I was actually checking a little bit about Paraguay while I was watching this, and to say that Paraguay is actually landlocked, doesn't have a coastline. Would you believe? Is in the center of, is in the heart of South America.
Do
I
you
know
know
what
by
it-
now
Well,
where
that could-
Capo Verde is? By the way, it's a VAR check. It's for a possible penalty against for
Yeah,
Mbappe.
looks like a. I think that could be a
Penalty?
penalty, John.
Yeah, so Mbappe was hit in the box. A ref is going to check that now. As you can see on our screen, it's a VR check on the review. But it did look like a penalty, if I'm quite honest. On
Yeah,
Mbappe
looks like
there.
a penalty. See, I think they're going to give that. I don't think it's a dive. It does go down. It's Dewey. No, it
Oh,
wasn't
sorry, I thought
Mbappe. Got
Mbappe was
hit.
Due, yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
Dewey.
it's a penalty.
yeah.
There's no doubt.
Possible
Yeah, I think it's a
penalty.
penalty. Looks like it's. There you go. That's the one thing I was going to say about this France team is I don't think they've sort
What's-
of dribbled too much.
Ca-
Have they really?
No, but they haven't been given the opportunity because they're getting double
Mm-hmm.
teamed. What minute is your game on?
66 minutes and 50 seconds. We can pause for the penalty if you want.
Maybe just and Chris.
I'm 66-41 at the moment.
Okay, maybe just John. Just pause.
I'll pause and you just say when I
Tell
can
me
play.
your time. Tell me your time.
Says 67:07.
67:07. Okay, I'll tell you as soon as I reach
7:07.
7:07.
I will click play. Everyone listening to this, what the hell are these guys?
I'm at 66:50.
Your time does go slower in Australia. Eh?
I'm 67:03. 4, 5, 6, 7. Go.
All right.
There we go. We found it, guys. It's 67:07. We've finally found how to sync our streams.
67:07. We took 70 minutes to get this synced, but we
Yeah.
got it synced on the moment the penalty is given. I think, Chris. I think it is given,
Yeah.
right?
It
Yeah,
is
I think
given.
it's given.
Yeah.
Yeah, the penalty is given.
Oh, look
What
at
I'm
the
saying-
managers.
Yeah. What I'm saying though is,
Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
I think
No, I'm kidding.
Messi
John.
would run at this. I think Messi would run at this team. I think that's one of the things that the French team are not showing is a lot of good dribbling. I think this is a way to beat, a packed defences, run at them. You could see Messi sort of dancing his way through this team. I think the pace and that just shows you what Dewey's done. He's tried to just switch the ball quickly with his feet, hasn't he? The three defenders round him, one's brought him down. It's a definite, definite penalty. It's going to be a penalty all day long. Dembele's got the ball. I don't think he's going to take the penalty, does he? I think it will be Mbappe, I'd imagine.
He's protecting the ball.
Oh, and there you go. I
He's-
love that. The guy's just kicked it. He's just kicked the spot. Good on him.
These guys are
Um,
just rats. Sorry though.
These guys is rubbish.
John, you got to admire the dark arts.
No.
Honestly, this is what football's all about. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Oh man.
His last 5 penalties for club and country, Mbappe has not missed. It's an 80% chance of a goal or penalty. I think that's what the percentage is. So, he's
Except if you're
100% at the
Dutch
moment
or
for 5.
Brave.
I don't think Mbappe's going to miss this. No chance. No chance he's missing this.
No, Mbappe is a legend.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
No, he's still a legend if he misses the penalty.
Gio
But
is
he's
a
a
good
big
penalty keeper,
goalkeeper.
though.
Yeah, he's a big goalkeeper.
They're doing it
You know.
again.
These
They're
Paraguayans
Yeah.
need this is a cardable offense. Just let it go. Move on, guys. You've had your
The
chance.
goalkeeper's arms are so long he can pull his socks up without actually bending over. That's how long his arms is.
I love how
He can
he
actually. He's not even. His arms are bent and he's touching the top of the.
they're definitely
post
getting
as well.
Mbappe frustrated. He's walking up, taking a shot.
Oi!
Go.
I'm sure John hates the run up, but I don't mind it at all.
I hate to run up, but against this
Good
team
finish.
with the
1-0.
anti-football, it's okay for me.
Yes,
I
come
do
on.
apologise
France.
to our Paraguay listeners calling you anti-football. You're doing your best out there. You never know; they might come out here and have a go now. They've got
Mate,
to, haven't
I
they?
don't want to be
Otherwise they're
that
going
guy,
home.
but I'm already a persona non grata in Argentina these days. I can't go into Brazil anymore. Mexico, I can't go in since I'm Dutch, and they still go and no penal for Robin's period there. So I'm pretty sure Paraguay it wasn't on the tables anyways for me.
Anyway, let me tell you another fact as we wait for the game to kick off. That it's in the heart of South America, Paraguay. The Paraguay River divides the country into two distinct halves. The region Oriental, which is the eastern region, which features rolling hills and rich forests, and the region Occidental, which is the western region, known as the Grand Chaco, a vast and flat tropical savanna. Much like the Netherlands in flat tropical savanna, isn't it, John?
Not like that, buddy. Don't be that guy. You're better than that.
No, mate, we watched and say, Shaq didn't hear me asking John, do you know there's actually in Rotterdam a floating dairy? There's actually a dairy farm on top of a river, the river in Rotterdam. And the cows cross a bridge. They have a field next to the river and they cross a bridge to get milked. And in Rotterdam, I was telling John that I was watching a programme earlier today about it. And John says he knows all about it.
Well,
So
I
you-
actually
so
said I
if you ever
lived there,
watch-
but then Chris thought I was living on on a farm.
So yeah, so it's an amazing thing, and they make cheese, the milk. They actually collect the grass, I believe, from the cuttings to feed the cows as well. So they cut the grass from the football stadiums. They cut the grass and they keep it for the cows. So it's a very sustainable farm. People have signed in here to watch, listen to France Paraguay getting told about a floating dairy ship in Rotterdam.
Yeah. Question from the audience: what's going on with your hairline since everyone's wearing caps these days?
I mean, mine's I've got a light on. You know, if you see this forehead, it'll shine. It'll be like the sun shining through there.
Shaq has put himself
Yeah.
on mute because of it. He's like, I'm not even gonna.
No, I had bad head when I got up, and I just put my hat on and just haven't taken it off. It must be crazy right now. And yeah, my forehead is like 5 head right now. So yeah.
Five. I gotta keep that one in mind though. The match is heating up. Definitely a lot of falls now. 72 minutes in. Rabiot is taking a hit. Doesn't look too good though. Referee is sick of the complaints now. I think as well. Hydration break sort of clears it up. They're now chatting, like you see the Paraguay players going to Mbappe. There's another fight on the pitch happening. Yeah, and Mbappe is making fun of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is getting heated. I wish you could see more in these hydration breaks, but yeah, we get commercials in it, so there's no-
This is
We don't get any. This is the weird thing about it, John. We don't get anything. We don't get the BBC, of course, have no adverts at all. So we're getting to watch the game. So I can explain to you what's going on. There definitely is.
oh
Deschamps looks like he's out as well. The ref's getting involved. Deschamps pushing Mannion away. Mbappe's not happy. Deschamps talking to the referee. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of needle there. Now, will we see the tactics switch then? If you're France, do you start now play acting, rolling about, wasting time? Because you're 1-0 up, you're going through. The onus is on Paraguay to attack. You know, they say it's 39 degrees there. Do you not think, oh, the Paraguay guy, he's now saying, look, it wasn't a penalty. Caceres, his name is.
It was definitely a penalty, though. I know. I mean,
Oh, definitely penalty. He's caught him. Sorry, he's caught Mbappe there, slightly on the leg. Oh, no. He's kind of swiped through in between his legs, caught him sort of chin to the back of his calf a little bit.
is this
there's
happening now,
definitely a
Chris,
bit of
during the
needle.
hydration break?
What's that?
Is this happening now during the hydration break?
Yeah, is that well? No, the hydration break's on. The sprinklers are on, but they're just showing a replay of what happened in the game. The two teams are now separated. They're drinking their juice, etc. Getting the cold towels on. The Paraguayan manager's quite animated. He's kind of trying to G them up a little bit. Saying now, come on, guys, you've got to start playing here, which is a difficult thing to do, isn't it? If you're in the mindset of you've got to defend for, you know, the best part of 74 minutes, how are you going to change your mindset to attack?
I don't think you can. I think it's a done deal. I think the only thing that will be able to make a difference here is that they can force a red card in the French team by tilting them,
Mhm.
which is going to be their
But
play style now. You can see, I'll bet you, it's under 74 minutes in. I'll bet you before the 80th minutes that we've seen 3 big fouls from the Paraguay now.
You think so?
Just
Yeah,
to
I
make
can
a point
see-
to see if you can
I
tilt
can see
them.
some cards coming. Yeah, I can see some cards coming out now for Paraguay.
Mbappe's smiling. I think these guys are experienced enough. Surely the likes of Mbappe, you know, he's been in
You know
front of
Rabiot,
these
right?
sort of yeah,
He's as crazy as a block of
Rabiot,
frogs,
isn't he, as they say. But yeah, I think France know they've got this game won if they just keep the head. You know, they just need to keep the ball. You know, I don't see them getting involved in a pitch battle with Paraguay. Otherwise, they're going to go down to their level. Still at a high level, I hasten to add, but you know, they're not going to go down to their level, are they?
No,
I don't know. What do you think, Jack? Any options there?
no. I
No.
think
Just
Paraguay
no.
is not going to come through. They're not going to come through. It's just going to be a lot of red cards from here on in, yellow cards rather at least, and France will just coast home. They will coast.
I'm
home
ready
from
for
here.
those though. I'm ready. Look.
Yellow card, yeah, red, nice.
But there's the first one right away. There's a foul there.
Yes, told you this is going to end up like they'll make a couple of statements now, see if that works. But their second one almost. Yeah, they're going at it. Yeah, and France now going to hold the ball, tilt them a little bit. This could end up looking poor though. Like you know, the fight, the Battle of Nuremberg.
Yeah,
Where the Netherlands and Portugal got like
Portugal.
3 red cards each. Wow, this could be something similar soon.
It could be that
Would you
way,
take Mbappe off, Chris? To
I
keep
don't
him
think
safe.
he'll want to come off, John. I really don't think he'll want to come off, will he?
Look
I
at
think
this.
he'll want
That's
to
the
stay.
first red card for you.
Think it's red?
Yeah, I think VR will check this. This is definitely kicking off the play. I think, yeah, I'm saying VR will check this because this is a red card. You can see it happening though. Mbappe just saying something to him, and he's
Nah,
that's a red
that's
card. That's the dark red
Nah,
card.
That's
John.
red.
Really?
No, yeah,
Right.
100%.
It's just because he kicked him back.
No,
That's all.
I don't think that's a red card. Come
Oh,
on.
mate, if this isn't a red card, I don't know.
It's not a red card.
It's not even going to be a VAR check. Jack, I
'cause
must
no red
remind you,
card.
what's going on?
No, it's nothing. What?
It's
Nothing.
not a red card to you guys. Come on.
He kicked him. That's yeah. That should have been a
No
warning at
chance.
least.
No way is
went
that a
out.
red card.
Chris has watched too much of the Scottish Premier League. He's seen a lot
Aye,
of-
that's just
Yeah,
that's
but
not
that's
a
Glasgow
the
foul.
derby.
Scottish Premier League as well, Shaq.
That's how they greet
That's
each other.
broadcasted these days in 480p, so it's not very clear if what happened.
Shocker, Rooney, John. Shocker, Rooney. I've took you to many a game, and that's a shocker, mate. I can't believe that. You
To
know.
be that is true, actually. It wasn't with my own eyes. I saw it with my own eyes. It's amazing, though. I've been to 3 Scottish matches and I've seen 2 goals.
Have you been to a Glasgow derby?
No, not to the derby. Chris
Old
only
Firm
brings
Derby. We don't call
Old
it Glasgow
Firm.
Derby. It's the
Sorry.
wrong
Old
firm.
Old
mate. If you call it
Firm.
Old Firm,
Old Firm. My
it's
bad.
really important that you call it that.
My bad. Of course, Old Firm derby. Have you been to one?
Have I been to one?
Oh, you have, of course. I'm talking about
Yes.
John.
No,
Okay,
Chris.
unfortunately, I've been to many.
Apparently, we got a big fan in the audience, so shout out to Victoria there as well. I just wanted to say that Chris brought me to. Was it Rangers versus Hearts though? That was a good match. Yeah, I'm
The
pretty sure
first
we-
game. The first game was Hearts.
Well, we didn't talk about the
versus
first
Ross
game. Chris.
County.
We didn't talk about. the
No,
first
no.
game.
You enjoyed your pie there. At least you enjoyed the pie, didn't you?
That was as Scottish you could have it, Shaq, where Chris brought me to that match. It was very cold. It was very much rainy. I did very much get into several fights, and it was a 0-0 draw. That was my introduction with Scottish football. But I had fun though. Yeah,
No,
that's
and then we did. Oh, somebody's went down in the box. Somebody
Yeah.
else just went down in the box now. So
that's definitely that was a big fall in Upamecano as well.
This game is just going to be a scrappy end to it.
yeah, it's going to be. If you're France, this is what you're going to do now, isn't it? You're going to just. Oh, that's cheeky. He elbowed him.
That's a red card. But hey, apparently this referee doesn't know how a card looks like. So. Jack, am I crazy? Are these red cards or am I just going nuts here?
I think
Dark yellow.
it's almost like dark yellow. It's both the ones. they should have been picked up with something because Paraguay is just going to keep going. They're going to keep doing more of this stuff now because if they're getting away with it, they'll just keep doing more.
Yeah.
They should have been picked up. At least one. There's some warning, something to stop them from doing this because it just spoils the game. It's unnecessary. Unnecessary. Just play.
Yeah.
I definitely have a different take on it. I quite enjoy all this stuff.
But I do think I don't want to insult all the U.S. citizens either. But I do think Chris would be all up for a UFC fight at the White House as well.
No, there's a bad tackle there. Look, there you go. That's it. It works both ways, guys. Come on.
So France makes one fall and it's a yellow card.
You know, it works both ways. You know what I mean? There's no...
Apparently it doesn't,
Isn't it-
though. He shouldn't even be on the pitch anymore.
That guy shouldn't. You're right.
you know, as I say, I think I think the French team can look after themselves. There's some big boys in there that, you know, I don't think they're shrinking violets when it comes to the dark arts as well. I think Upamecano and Saliba can easily look after themselves, and that those two in midfield are, you know, they're great protection as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm still thinking, oh, Chris doesn't think it's a card. Sorry. It's just, my mind goes blank. Thinking, what should you do in Scotland? I know why you guys don't like VR now, though.
Hey, please don't start with VAR, John. It's just the worst thing that's happened. You say it's the worst thing that's happened in football was these hydration breaks. The worst thing that happened in football is VAR. It's taking the fun out of the game. You know, I really, you know, I know Shaq's on my side as well, the
Yep,
VAR
yep.
thing. I think the game flows better without VAR. You just have to accept that it's not a perfect game. You know,
Yep.
VAR is run by people as well. So they're going to make mistakes. So all you're doing is just making mistakes electronically as opposed to making them on the pitch. And I think as well as it's made the referee slightly cowardly because they're quite happy to let things flow and let VAR make the decision for them. You know, how many times does a referee make a decision on the pitch and he's asked to go and look at the monitor and it's 50-50 and he changes his mind again? It just spoils the entertainment for the fans
Yes.
in the
The
stadium.
fact we have VAR makes sure we don't go into overtime this match. I think only that of not having to watch Paraguay for 30 more minutes is worth the whole VAR implementation.
But then, John, John, you've got this situation where you've got a chip in the ball. So supposedly there's a chip in the ball, right?
There is.
That
yeah.
allows it to to know.
Supposedly, he says, even.
No, let's be completely clear about this here, right? We're not talking about, you know, in cricket there's a snicker, isn't it? But actually,
Yep.
I think it's not on the ball. It's actually somewhere around the wicket. So that hears the noise. So this ball gets kicked about this park for 80 minutes, and that chip stays in place for some strange, bizarre reason. Come
Of
on,
course.
yeah, I
I've
didn't
got one here,
believe that
mate. Actually.
don't believe that for one second there.
So we
You
have
know what I
this.
mean?
No. If you're looking at the video, this is one of those balls, those pro balls, right?
Oh,
It
it's
has
a
a
Pro
chip
Ball.
in it. You can connect your smartphone to it, and whenever you touch it, you can see it actually gets touched, and how hard it spins, how hard it's moving. You can see it all, and it survives my studio. I'm pretty sure it survives a match with Paraguay.
I'm telling you, John, I didn't believe it. I'm sorry, mate. I don't believe it. I think VR
Chris is
has
the only one who
ruined
can
the
have
game.
the proof in your hands. He's like, no, I don't believe this one. Nope, fake news. I think I know why you like US though.
No, I
know?
completely. I'm okay with the chip in the ball because that, yeah, it's helpful. Goal line technology, all that stuff. VAR, when someone scores a goal, you're not necessarily sure if the players actually scored or not, whether they should celebrate or not. That's the part that's ruining football for me. Like every time a goal happens, everyone's not sure if is this a goal, is it not a goal, is it blah blah blah. That part has really been messed up, in my opinion. It's just not
No,
fun,
I'd say
especially if you're in the stadium. It sucks if you're in the stadium.
I said before, we didn't get yesterday when we had this conversation, and I think this is best if we leave it after this one though. Yesterday when we had this conversation, you said like there's been lots of goals, good goals being disallowed afterwards, right? The difference is 5 years ago when we didn't have this, we didn't even get a shot on goal because the linesman would already have his flag up and didn't get the shot at all. Now afterwards they check if it was a good goal or not. And sometimes it wasn't, but 7 out of 10, we've seen a good goal, which might have not happened before. I think that's the biggest win we already had by just introducing the VR. Should it be tuned? Sure. Has it been tuned this World Cup? Yeah, I think it's already much better. Are there certain rules we need to be checked? Yeah, for example, the offside rule is something we can have a look at. Although, even at this World Cup, the rule is if it's part that you can't score with, it doesn't count, which, fair enough. And you can say it was just 1 centimeter. Yeah, true. It's just this headline that touch. Yeah, true. But hey, the rules are there. If there's a speed limit, you can't go over it either, right? You got to draw a
Yeah.
line somewhere, and you want a referee to be as objective as possibly. And I think these techniques allow you to be as objective as possible. Leave less up to interpretation, makes the game more fair. This was a penalty for France. They win because of a fault they committed, which the referee in first situation didn't actually blow his whistle for or couldn't see. I think in this match we might end up getting the right winner because of a technical decision seen by the VAR. I don't see what's wrong with that.
I think
I
this
just think,
game.
John. Yeah, sorry, Shai.
No, go on, Chris.
No, I just think it's a game that just flows. It's a game that flows. This is the whole point of football. The game moves quickly. It's say, you take some other sports, cricket, well, even rugby. It's all about set pieces and moments, whereas actually football breathes and moves. And if you watch it from above, it's a beautiful bit of artistry watching those players and the colours move about the pitch. I just think VAR takes away the joy of scoring a goal, because the first thing you have to do is check. You don't check anymore. It sees the linesman's raised his flag or the referee's blew his whistle for a foul. You now go and look at a screen to see VAR come up, and you go, great. Do you know what I mean? So that
Yeah, but I mean,
spontaneous moment of enjoyment is gone.
maybe true, but then again, we saw Ronaldo scoring a beautiful goal this week, getting disallowed. He looked at the screen, was like, "Yeah, well, fair enough. It's c'est la vie." And in the old
Yeah, but
days, that would have been called offside before he could even take the shot in. At least we saw the attempt now, and we saw his fair response. Yeah, like honestly, I get what you're saying, and we could talk about 5 hours and still not agree here. So I'm probably best not doing it. But I think it's not. It's for one, it's not going anywhere. For two, in any.
Not,
Sorry,
not
I'm
with that
looking at
attitude.
I'm looking at the Paraguay team here, and they're just slashing.
They're
and
running about
kicking,
crazy
and
now,
it's-
aren't they? They're really having a go.
Whenever there's
But
two foot tackles, it's insane. I think Kone is waking up with a headache though, Shaq.
Yeah, definitely. He's not gonna.
Oh, good
he's been
save.
Kicked about.
Yeah,
Good save
it's-
that was. But I just think I just think it's a thing that's coming to football. We complain about hydration breaks, but is hydration breaks any different to VAR?
Oh
It's
gosh.
materially changing
Oh
the game.
gosh. Hydration breaks are just advertisement breaks, Mike. So I think that's
Yeah, but the
nothing to
thing
do
is,
with
John,
no. But seriously, advertising breaks or hydration breaks, whatever you call them, they don't have anything to do with following up rules or objectivity. Nothing at all, right? Today, there's
Yeah.
39 degrees in the stadium. I think we have a rule. It's hot if it's hotter than 35 or something. We always would have gotten hydration breaks anyways. That's the
Yeah.
rule. So implement that. If it's 12 degrees and as it was with the England match and it was raining, what the hell are we doing a hydration break for? That's just nothing to do with the game itself. So get rid of that. And anything else, I think the fact is we've seen it so far this tournament. There has been some calls where you might not be agree with, but there's not been a goal scored which shouldn't be counted. And I think that's as fair as it gets, mate.
but I think, John, to be fair, let's be honest, and we know how much you dislike the Argentinians, but Messi should have been sent
Except
off.
one though.
Let's-
Just there's one in the chat now, which I adore. So please don't do that for me.
No, but I'm just saying, John, you've got a situation where Messi should have been sent off. So we're talking about VAR, right? So VAR's failed in that instance. Yeah.
Of course. It didn't
Yeah,
even
so
get
it's
checked. Eh?
failed.
It didn't even get checked.
Didn't even get checked. I mean, I think everyone knows that Messi should have been sent off, even if you're a
No, but I also said like
the most
the
avid
two options that
Argentinian
happened.
fan in the world, you'd have to admit that Messi should have been sent off.
No, but the two times Paraguay did it just now as well. And again, if he now looked to kick, Robbie like they deal out here as well. this referee just losing control and not wanting to blow for anything. I mean, that the VAR could have sent 2 players off now already as well. So, and he's still not doing. You can't say this game hasn't got a flow because of the VAR. This game is just ending up being a
What I'm saying,
massive brawl
but
now.
I dislike VR intently, right? Because two things. It's
Scottish.
materially changed. It's materially changed the game. Yeah. And it's a bad experience for the fans in the stadium.
Yeah, but
Most
not in this
fans.
World Cup. Like I've seen, Chris, I know what you're saying, and I think we're gonna stop the conversation just because. I think
Sorry, mate, we keep going on with it.
But I think
As we move to
if we get 10
extra
minutes of
time
extra time, so don't worry about that. But like I said, I think the experiences you've got as a fan in Scotland is honestly the most disoptimal situation you can be in, because I think it's poorly implemented. You hardly get any screens in most of the stadiums. Your VAR system has less cameras than any other VAR system in the world. And therefore, I think your experience of it as a person, as a fan in the stadium, is probably also the worst. And I don't even blame you for it, because I can actually agree on you on that. But to me, if you look now at the World Cup, there's a VAR decision. It gets called in seconds, just like the penalty this match. You can see it on the screens. The whole stadium gets it. The referee announces it, and you get a fairer decision. I don't see what the issue with that could be.
No, but I have to say that the referees have done well. One thing I would say is the referees have done really well in this game. In this World Cup, actually, they've allowed the game to flow quite well, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm
Jack,
not
talking about
dissing the referees.
Is this match actually going to end up with 11 versus 11? I asked that question 90 minutes ago. What do you think?
Yeah, I think with 9 minutes to go, France is literally just going to hold the ball and keep Paraguay hold. I think it'll be fine. Paraguay would be lucky to end with 11 men, but you never know.
Do you think the manager of Paraguay will survive this match or end up with a heart attack after
this? He's getting redder. He's getting redder by the minute.
He's definitely not a happy camper, that's for sure. He's I don't know if it's the heat that's making him so red or just his absolute thingy as well. But I think Paraguay's done well. I think they've done quite well. To hold this French team to a 1-0, with 90 minutes to go. They may sneak a goal late, but I think, to be fair, they've done well. I think you see France play better, won't you, going forward in this tournament for sure once the space starts to open. But I think what Paraguay have shown is they've shown a blueprint of you can potentially beat this French team. How to beat them?
Well, this is I mean, Paraguay has shown that potentially they can beat every team, but not in the nicest way. And if you do this on a tournament scale, you probably will end up with lots of red cards. If they had a referee that was a little bit stricter, right, prior to this match, even they would have been so. Their team would be so caught up already that halfway through the tournament they would have done loads and loads of compromises, I think. So I think it's viable for one match, basically, but this is the only style they know, right? And it's right different against the US, and we saw how that ended up. Czech is super focused now, though, by the way.
Oh, I'm just trying to understand what's going to happen in this particular game, because looks like it's just going to be a 1-0 and that's it. Because France is still not really trying to knock on the door too hard. They're just trying to politely knock on the door and get the ball back and keep the ball.
So just as the game comes to a close there, if you're the Moroccan managers then, Shaq, what would be your plan? What would you do with the players you've got at your disposal? Having seen Morocco play several times, what would you do? Would you play like Paraguay? Would you open up slightly? What would be your tactics?
No, I think you just have to go for it, because at the end of the day, if you play a game that's not natural to you, you're just bound to lose anyway. So you just play your game and you do the best you can.
Says hi there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is ending up a rough match to watch, though.
Yeah, it's I can't believe you chose this game to watch it live. Imagine watching the Cape Verde versus Argentina game live together on the live stream. That would have been a belter.
I actually said we should have done that, but everyone was like, "No, I'm sleeping." And, you were like, "I have to wake up early."
No, the Argentina Cape Verde was 8 a.m. my time. It's brilliant, perfect time for me.
Oh, wow, we've probably beat two of us though.
I think you suggested the Canada Morocco game, which would have been a dead rubber.
Yeah, well, if I could predict these things better in advance, I'd be a little bit higher up in the predictors league. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Yeah, we need Nate for that one, don't we?
well, Nate's
John,
pretty much
you,
down the list though. He dropped off tremendously. I went from place 10 to 4
Oh,
now, so I'm on my way back.
oh, that
so
was a bit.
for your
cheeky.
point of view, John, if you are the Moroccan manager, what are you going to do against this French team then?
Just play the same. They got Hakimi. France can't afford to let Hakimi go either, right? So they have to play a bit different as well. Their right side of that Moroccan team is really good. They play a 5 at the back, but basically go for overlapping there and go. Hakimi is just everywhere. France getting another chance in France, taking a shot, and Mbappe scoring. Oh, two tremendous saves by Gills in a
Brilliant
row.
saves. Brilliant
Yeah.
saves.
Yeah.
He's a
Brilliant
great
saves.
goalkeeper. Where does he play? I need a keeper for our 5v5 tournament. So.
I think he might be Argentina, actually. He might play. Oh, somebody's went. Oh, no.
Look at this, another yellow card, but he took a dive like a UFC fight today. Like a that was like wrestling. Olise actually laughing at this. Like, I don't know what you're doing. This referee's poor, man. He's out of he doesn't have control of this.
He plays for San
Look
Lorenzo.
at that dive though. Instead of giving Olise a yellow card, he should just get sent off himself. What the hell is that?
God,
So if-
Mbappe's left foot is as good as a 5-star with left weak foot.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, Mbappe doesn't matter where he gets the ball in. France is actually sort of tilting, though. If you look at some of the defenders, how much they are on edge, how much they are frustrated. What Paraguay is doing is actually sort of giving them a little bit of an advantage, don't you think, Chris?
I think so. I mean, I think what they've done is they've taken it down to their level. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? They know that France is a level above. France is a level above most teams. So what do?
Look at them rolling.
I think this game's no ending anytime soon, guys. I think you better buckle in. I think this game's no ending anytime soon. Somebody else's went down now.
I don't know. I don't know if I can survive another 30 minutes of this shithousery.
And if you ask me, and I'm sorry, and I'm gonna insult my only Argentina fan in the chat now. This is why I don't like seeing Argentina play. They're just rolling and asking for guards and just shithousery 90 minutes long. And they have, of course, Messi, so that makes it sort of worth it watching it a little bit. But this Paraguay just let's defend with 11 people and just fight. And not fight like Cape Verde did yesterday in a good way, in a passionate way.
Mhm.
No, just be like mean, be dirty. Actually, they have to get people sent off. It's just nothing to do with football. This is just, if you see this fall again by the number 4, I forget the name, sorry.
This guy is lucky to be on.
Caceres, I think.
Mhm.
He should have been sent off 3 times now already, Shaq.
Yeah, he's lucky to be on. Lucky to be on.
If I were Mbappe, I would just at least pull once on his ears. Mbappe is actually laughing at him like, what are you doing, mate? This has nothing to do with football.
You know what's coming up on Wednesday? Is the
What's coming up on
first
Wednesday?
time there is no World Cup games on for a week. Has been for weeks, guys. Wednesday's the first time there's actually a break in the World Cup. There has been for what now? Near enough a month, hasn't it? So
You know what
yeah.
that means for me, though, Chris? I would go
What's
to
that,
bed
mate?
at 6 p.m.
I thought you were going to watch the Champions League games that are on that day. There is actually Champions League qualifiers on that day.
Yeah,
Just have a
but
quick look.
Feyenoord already qualified, so I'm going to be bothered by those if I'm honest.
You know, there's some big teams in there. Florent Talon's there. Say some of the names. I'm even going to insult any of our listeners. Looks like the World Cup finishes on Tuesday. Switzerland versus Colombia. That's the last game of this round. Argentina, Egypt at 5 o'clock, and USA, Belgium. And then we've got the big one on Monday, though. Portugal versus Spain. I think that could be an excellent game, that one.
Yeah,
Excellent
I would
game.
say we do a watch along, but we have
We're
been
not
streaming
much.
2 hours and 5 minutes now. I don't know if I can do another podcast this week.
Yeah, true. Same. I'm with you there.
And for Shaq, it's really early for me. It's 1 a.m. already.
Oh, jeez.
The
It's 9
ref has
o'clock for me.
blown.
Oh,
It is done deal. The teams are still struggling. This team are still
Oh,
brawling.
somebody's had a yellow. Somebody's just had a yellow
Referees going
card.
absolutely nuts now.
oh, the Paraguayan shit. Yeah, these guys just need to just buzz off, leave, just done. You're done.
Yeah, I mean, I find it. I have to say, as much as I enjoy the dark arts of football, this is getting beyond a wee bit of joke now, isn't it?
This isn't
Yeah.
dark arts. This is just, you know what? This is like Saturday morning 5th class football,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where they come on and they're like, "Oh, I forgot my shoes. Ah, don't care, don't you? You just use your Nikes. It's fine." But yeah,
You can
France
see
is
the way-
celebrating like they won the World Cup. I think they're
Yeah, you can-
also like rubbing it in a little bit now, eh?
Nah, yeah, I think they've had I think it's been a bit of battle there, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's the thing. I think it's been a bit of battle. You know, they're a little bit annoyed. You know, but you know, on the march.
France, worthy winners.
Yeah, and I think I'm overheating now as well. I was looking at the coach, and he's now turned back to his regular color, so I think he'll be fine. It's going to be us though. I think Shaq for today. Chris, there's rumors going around that we are recording the World Cup daily in a couple of hours together.
Yeah, we are, mate. So I am going to nick off, guys, and let you guys enjoy the last few minutes of the show. But it's been a great fun. I will nick away now. My laptop is telling me that my disk space is getting full. I might not be able to copy it anymore. So I don't want to ruin this this live stream. I want to thank everybody who listened. It's been good fun. I've enjoyed the Paraguayans a little bit. You know, enjoy the dark arts.
Yeah, well,
You know?
it's been a blast. Shaq,
It's-
personal thank you so far this week because you've been stepping up tremendously.
No, all good.
Just saying, we were supposed to be recording together this morning or last night for you. But I ran a flat coming back. So, yeah, my 20-minute travel back actually took 4.5 hours. So that took a little bit of the wind out of it. But thank you for covering up and well done
Easy
on your
done.
first solo show there.
Ooh, easy done. No problem at all.
I appreciate it. Chris, see you in the morning. Shaq, see you, well, somewhere this week. I'm pretty sure of it. And if you
Yeah,
were watching
absolutely.
or listening to this, well, we spent 2.5 hours now trying to get this done. Chris's new laptop is bursting on us. My camera has been overheating as much as the Paraguayan manager has. So at least buy us a cup of coffee if you're up for it. buymeacoffee.com/review. And of course, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.